Alright guys, we'll get ready to get started. Hey, what's going on? So, I tested today. Basically, I leave the just the link and then left the room. Apparently, you guys can still get into the thing. So I guess I can post the link earlier next time, so that anybody can just join in as they wish. Because I don't have to keep my computer on for that. Last time I had to keep it on. So, what is that, Calvin? What? Okay. Maybe I should get some antihistamine. Shape and tag me for what? For what? For what? What? You probably clicked the wrong one. So you guys gotta bear with me today because I have a little bit of cough today, so. Everybody's coughing. Everybody's coughing. Maybe we should, take some medicine. I don't know. Itchy throat today. Huh? When I brought it back, it was Dozaki's virus, and then somehow it got lighter. Now it's coronavirus. Yeah, he clicked on the wrong link. All right, let's get started. Let's get started.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
It's not babysitting.
Every single day, I'm gonna make.
All right, so hey guys, Tony the Soy Sasa again, our chat thinking, and we'll talk about this chat thinking and this whole video channel today as well. And so here and there, let's get started. We have we have Chapin, of course. Why is Chapin here? I don't know, but Chapin's here. Chapin's not smoking anything. Negative. Negative. Get out of here. If you're not drinking something, you're not smoking something. Penalty.
Come on, I just had a full body cigar about 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna wait just a little.
All I hear is excuses. Negative. All I hear is excuses. Okay. All right.
I still got.
Okay. So what Sherry is smoking?
Ungrown ESV
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Good
Nice.
stuff.
and Blanton's on the rock.
Oh. Okay. What about Michael?
It's Gran Habano Corojo number 5 Maduro and coffee, and I got ice water on the side.
Yep. If you don't know what that is, go look at the Facebook page. He posted about an hour ago. Oh, this thing's spicy. Holy cow. Cat says he's not doing anything until a little bit later because all I hear was excuses. So.
Yeah.
All I hear was excuses. James,
Hey, man.
I'm not smoking nothing. I
you're
can't
not
go outside
smoking
right
nothing.
now.
Does that mean you're smoking something?
It's all nasty outside right now. It's storming and can't sit out. And you guys won't be able to hear me talk.
We can hear you just fine, I think.
So I'm sitting in my office. I can't smoke in my office.
Now, here's the thing, though. I don't think there is a mute function for me to do on this chat room. So
No,
don't ask me to
there-
mute. So, Evan, what do you have?
There's a really bad wind out going on right now outside. So
Evan, what do you have?
you have a wind blowing into the microphone. It's not good.
Zuno.
Here we go. Xeno Platinum. Here we go. 2008,
There you go.
something like that. I think we
Yeah,
just lost
2008.
Calvin for some reason. So
We lost him.
we lost him. We have lost. But that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, his mic was on mute all the time, so he probably has to redo it.
Say that again?
His mic was on mute. It showed his thing on mute, so he probably has to reset it.
Probably. Okay. If you can't hear here, you can always just have, you know, the YouTube on going on and then blah blah blah. You know, I can't hear anything on my phone in the Hangout. You know, you might want to log out and log back in and see if that works. If not, we'll find out. We can always do it this way. But you know, I understand. I understand. So let's get into the you know, that elephant in the room. Here we go. So I talked about whether or not we should continue with this this shows Saturday and Wednesdays because yeah, as you guys already know, like this thing started out way back when when Cigars Daily was doing the chapter thing. So we were doing it to I was doing it as a way to communicate with the members, right? With the people that was in the chapter, and then evolved to like everybody can join, and then evolved to our own little channel to chat and everything. So this whole thing came about, you know, for me to have that desire and to chat with everybody, to just hang out with everybody smoking, because it's boring if you smoke by your own. It's much better if you can smoke and talk to somebody. Okay. By the way, I'm smoking the Rocky Patel Tavicusa, and this thing is spicy as hell. I'm just tasting spicy. I might have to pound this thing in a few minutes. So, so we all got there, and you know, as the channel grow, and then we, you know, did all kind of stuff on using the channel as a platform. Okay, and you know, this channel was never meant to generate any income or advertise for anybody. Or you know, you never see me advertise here. You never see me try to get a sponsor or something like that here. It's not meant for that. It's really meant for just hanging out, and I've been doing that. So it's the whole goal of this channel was to hang out with everybody. But here's the thing: if there's not enough people to hang out, I'm hanging out with myself. So it's not like, oh, if you love to do something, then just keep doing it, Tony. Because if you love to do it, if you don't like to do it, then don't do it. Well, that's the thing. The thing is that there's so many people doing it right now. Atiya Maya is doing his chat. Cigar McKinnon is doing his chat. And Bob is doing his chat. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, maybe there is so crowded that some of you might feel like there's too many of them already. You can just join the one that you feel like to join. You know, you don't have to having to go to this little one, which, you know, doesn't have much of a just me and, you know, few, like maybe 10 people at most. This is why I came to that conclusion that maybe we should do, and that's why I asked, right? And I was just trying to see whether or not we can even get 150 response, like even to get close to that 100 responses. We can't even get 100 responses. So this is why, you know, I'm debating whether or not to continue to this, because, you know, the only time that we have a lot of people on is, you know, doing the raffle and stuff like that. Now, I know that some people do watch this after, like the next day and stuff like that.
That's what I try to do.
And I understand that, you know, not everybody have the time, but I just feel like it kind of does kill the point of meeting, right? The point of hanging out, the point of you know, chat about things, because you won't be able to participate. You'll just get whatever that's new, whatever idea, that crazy idea will come out during the show, but not being able to participate in the show. You know what I'm saying? So really, you know, if when you think about, like, when I read the responses, it's like, oh, I can't commit. Well, I'm not. It's not mandatory, right? Or something like Tony, if you like to do it, do it. If you don't like to do it, I like to do it. That's fine, but I don't want to do it when it's becoming more of a burden to everyone and me than not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Because if this show doesn't exist, everybody will be chilling at doing whatever they're doing, and I'll be with my wife. So we'll be relaxing and stuff like that. If this doesn't do any good, right? I know that some people say because the random time throws you off. Well, the random time is only on Facebook. It's never on the YouTube thing. YouTube thing is never random time. It's always the same time, technically. We'll try to be as close to the same time as possible. And the reason we'll do it twice a week because, I figure every few days we can do a chat, and I'm not expecting everybody to join throughout the 2 hours. It's more like someone join it, here and there, leave, here and there, leave. And I definitely understand that, you can't type and respond to stuff. I try to read every single comment on there. I try to respond to every single comment out there so that people don't feel left out. I don't think I ever really try to purposely skip any comments if I see them. So, because I didn't feel like it was that hard to read 7 people's comment, right? 7 people's comment, including the trolls. Whoever that joins us turned out to be a troll. So yeah, that's where it came from. So it's not really like, well, Tony's tired of doing that, and he's not happy that people is not joining, so that he's making a comment. No, I'd much rather not give you guys the burden of having to join something at this particular time, because this is the particular time that's good for me. We try to do Facebook at 3. We got about 10, 15 people, so it's about the same. Doesn't matter what time I do it. And it's not like particularly like I'm looking for a viewership or something like that. I wasn't, because this is not that kind of channel, and I feel like having this thing, if I happen to clash with any time that other people are on, then that makes it even more pointless. Like, for example, I think Bob was on like an hour and a half ago, in which, like, if the the time clashes, then you're having to choose which one to go, and most likely I much rather prefer you guys go to Bob, because he gets sponsored for his things, and I hit the number, and then all that stuff. The statistic matters. For this, the statistic doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter to me, because this is it's never meant to be like that, right? So I don't know. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on it, and I know a lot of you actually voted to keep it. That's fine, but what do you guys feel like now that you guys half of you are like the people that join all the time? So let me know what you guys think.
Well, I know I enjoy interacting with you, live, especially as far away as we are. So however it works for you, I mean, that's the thing, if it's in Hangouts where we can all do it like we're doing now, or if it's over Facebook, or if it's over YouTube, it has to be, what you want to do. You've got to enjoy it yourself. And we have to try to join in when it happens, because setting up the times hasn't worked great either.
Okay. Yeah, my thing is that I want to use this, as one of the way to bond, the group. Like a lot of group people. I think you guys already know that I was trying to encourage you guys to do live on Facebook, because the best way to know somebody is to see somebody, hear somebody, to actually you can see the post all the time. You probably will never notice how this person looks like. You probably will walk by this person on the street and never noticed it, right? So having a video chat and stuff like that really help and encourage people to bond in a legion, in a group. I know there's a lot of group out there that cannot do that. Like, if you have a group with 10,000 people, can you really bond with 10,000 people? Probably not, right? And not to mention, majority of people out there, they don't really looking for bonding. They just join a group for the sake of joining a group. But I want this group to, be what it is, as always, like a family group. So I want people to know each other. I want people to interact with each other. I want people to, bust each other's balls just like you guys do it all the time. right? I want you guys to recognize each other, to see each other, say, oh, blah blah blah, and talk about each other's issues and stuff like that. So that's why, that's why. And if this channel is not serving that purpose, it's kind of like pointless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to save everybody time. If you got 2 hours on your hand, who knows what you can do? It could save the world. Who knows?
I get 2 hours on my hand right now.
Say hi to
After
Matthew,
the clock at
Joe,
night, I got a
and
lot of
Joseph.
time on my hands.
And Brian. So, yeah, I mean, this is a good way to communicate and everything, but at the same time, I want to involve people who doesn't want to be on the screen, who doesn't want their voice to hear. That's why this was done. Hey, quick, this is why this was done this way. Before we didn't have a voice chat, because even though this kind of works, when we all start talking, it doesn't work, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if all of a sudden we all decide to respond to the same thing. That wouldn't work. So eventually, it still becomes something like I'm talking until. But then the only benefit is that you guys can respond a lot faster, right? Respond a lot faster. And we're talking about these people who already have done like an introduction, has like show their faces in the group, so that you don't feel awkward. Sherry has done plenty of lives, so Sherry is not camera shy anymore. Michael, he's a superstar, so you can't, you see his face, you think about, the shadow gaze. So Chapin, I don't even know why his picture right now, his screen right now looks exactly like his Facebook picture, just exactly what he's doing right now. Right? That looks exactly how he looks like in Facebook. So it's as if he's not here, right? And then obviously.
What the fuck is Brendan Chapin doing on here?
Oh,
Oh, damn.
what's up,
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Martina Maya? How's it going today?
So also we have Matia Maya. He's doing the after show, and he's doing the chat too. So that's why I'm saying, like, if this was too much of a burden, too much of an annoyance, it's better not happen at all than happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to get an idea of, like, how many of the Legion actually know that we do hangouts or we do shows and stuff like that, just to as an added benefit, not even benefit, added value to the group, right? It's not that you don't get advertisement. You just get simple chat, talk about crazy stuff, and see what I'm smoking. Maybe I can tell you what I smoke, and this thing sucked. Right? If you ever smoke this thing is spicy as hell. It doesn't taste good.
What is it?
It's Rocky Patel Tavicusa. I don't know the name. Tavicusa. It's so spicy. It's all I taste is
I
spicy.
still don't know what it's called.
Sounds like it's in my ballpark.
Right. So anyway, so yeah, that's the biggest problem that I have. Is that there is so many cool people that's doing it already. Like, do I really want to waste everybody's time?
I don't see it as a waste of time.
That's because you're Chapin. That's different.
Do what you want. Hey, if you want to hang with your wife, that's good with me. All depends. If you want to do it, there's no force. But I catch it later on, or just like everybody else. I mean, I know everybody's got different time zones and that.
I think the original time we decided on 9 p.m. is because it's actually a good time on the western coast. And
yeah, because it's only 6 o'clock over here.
Yeah, because when we do it earlier, everybody is about to eat dinner, so that's why we changed it to 9. I think before it was like 7:30 and then 8 and then 9, so we just keep changing it until now it's 9. I mean, I have no problem doing this because if I'm not doing this right now, guess what I will be doing? I will be upstairs playing Final Fantasy Remake right now. All right, that's what I will be doing. I'll be staring at the 3D printer or playing video game. Or watch whatever TV show my wife is watching. So, life is the same for me because that's what I have, time right now. Okay, but again, I wanted to respect everybody else's time, because I know like this. Think of this, all right? If in a corporate environment, all right, all of you will be like, do you really need this con call? Just send me an email, I'll read it, and it'll be much quicker. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to respect everybody else. I want to make sure that if people want to join this, they're gonna have fun, not like go into a room full of crickets.
Did Chapin just post a screenshot of himself and then get off, or what?
Say what?
I haven't seen that picture from Chapin.
Chapin.
Yeah, Chapin's literally, that's just like the same picture on his Facebook. The exact same one. Even the same hairstyle. Even the same hairstyle. I don't know. Chapin looks like, are you high? Or are you
Just
low?
the camera
I can't
angle.
tell, because you're kind of low on the camera, but you're kind of high on
He
your
looks
eyes.
pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely high.
Oh, yeah, he's high, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll continue to do it. I mean, but then when you guys go like, it's not necessary. When I go on the show, if there's only gonna be 2 people looking at it, then we just go, because the 2 people could have to do something much more better than a show that has no interaction. It'll be.
Well, I think this is a pretty big turnout now that I mentioned it on Facebook.
I guess so.
I'm only here because Amaya was talking shit.
No, you should have seen the last show. Amaya was trashed.
We shamed Chapin this time, so we shamed him into coming.
Yeah, Amaya had no chance to defend himself last time.
Oh man, I kind of felt bad for him.
Even my wife felt bad. My wife was like,
cigars
"Why would you
that he
say that
didn't like."
to Amaya?" My wife was like, "You really just did that?" I was like, "Well, he should have joined earlier to defend himself, but too late." Not saying anything bad about that car. It looks great, by the way. That car looks great. The color is great.
I definitely like it since we've incorporated the Hangouts. Google Hangouts. I think it's made it better for me.
Okay.
It's made it better.
Me
for me.
too.
Yeah, we can continue to do the hangout, and
Me three.
I tested today by leaving the room empty, completely empty, just the link. It works. So what I can do is I can generate the link much earlier in the day, and what happens is when I'm ready, when I come up, everybody will have that link by there.
So we could just join in and chat anytime during the day then.
If you want to. If you want to. But then kind of now, if you have that much time, that is. Because it seems like the number one thing that's listed on that thing, on the poll, it was, I don't have the time. Alright, so. Which I kind of understand. But.
Well, it used to be work that causing everybody not have time. Now it's honeydew list. So.
Used to be what?
Exactly.
It used to be work, but now it's honeydew list. So.
So yeah.
I'm glad I'm not
I
as
just
busy
hope
as y'all.
he goes back to work.
I know that our biggest outcome was actually about 40 people doing the raffle. That's the highest we ever got. Right, so, which is, I highly doubt we ever got to get 40 people chatting at the same time, but.
Well, for 150 people, 40 people at a time is pretty good.
Yeah, but there's only 2 shows in the history of the shows that have 40. Actually, in the beginning, when we first started, we had 30s. And then now it's become weekly, it's about 5. Okay, yeah. That's why I noticed a significantly dip, and then it's just like, oh, a lot of people think that this is not worth their time. And that's why I go, is it worth their time?
If I don't catch the live, I'll go back and I'll watch some of the other episodes.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
Yeah, I just feel like you guys watch afterward. Yeah, you can catch up on what's going on, but you really don't get to enjoy what's going on. It's no different than me just recording a video. Right,
Yeah,
but when it comes to recording video, Matia Maya did a good job, and you get a good laugh at it. And Bob pretty much releasing video every single day now, so that's why. And then now Brendan Wells
Saturday
also have a channel,
works
right?
better
So
for me.
Cigar McKinney also have a channel now, so.
Saturday
Yeah, I
night
think
works better for me.
Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with. I agree as well. Saturday, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's more convenient.
Okay, so shall we just like next the
That'll work.
Wednesday?
Yeah, one a week. I
I mean,
think
that
is
gives you
plenty.
time with your wife, Tony.
Huh?
Yeah.
Say that again.
I said one a week is plenty for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Doesn't
okay
matter
either
to me.
way.
I'll go
I
back and
mean,
watch it.
before there was more people, so it makes more sense. Now, I tried to cancel Wednesday twice or 3 times by now, but then we tried to change things up, see if it works out, but it didn't work out. So
I will say that since we started doing the hangouts, the interaction within the group has been a lot higher as well.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
interaction within the group has been a lot higher.
Yeah.
Excluding
Yeah, I think so.
James,
We actually know who we're
Chapin,
talking
and William, and Jeff.
Well,
I mean, you got a point. You got a point.
Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a good thing?
No, when I say exclude those 4 people, we actually get. It's hard.
I post in there every day. I post in that group every day.
Mods don't count. Mods supposed to be posting every day.
Well, I would say it's a bigger spike in like you want to call it like those core like between 40 and 60 members.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot more interaction within that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot more new members than old members. That's for sure, right? And I think a lot of old members doesn't even know we have such thing. I don't even know how they join, but then apparently they join without knowing who their leader is, what the group is about. We have a channel, we have a new home, or what the hell is going on. Some people don't even know they are invited.
We always thought you were just a mod.
Huh?
We always thought you were just a mod.
Some people don't even know I'm a mod. Oh, this cigar sucked. I'm gonna change the cigar. This cigar really sucked. It burns.
Get you a Gurkha.
I don't have one. I already smoked that one that I bought. I did buy more cigar today.
What did you buy?
What did I buy? Good question. Good question. What did I buy?
No, you bought Gurkha. I bet he bought some Gurkha.
Something better than Gurkha for sure. I'm being honest here. I don't even know what I bought. So let me take a look.
Sake bomb?
What?
Okay, I bought a bundle of Factory Smoke Connecticut, and I bought a box of Series R Esteli. Number 54.
Cool. The Connecticut, huh?
Why not? I gotta have something that I can choose to smoke too.
Oh, don't do that. Don't cheap out like that.
No, what happened is I'm gonna get a bunch of cigars and shove it into my humidor. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have my wife choose random 2. I don't care what she chooses, and I'll smoke those 2.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
That's
That'll
why
be
I gotta up my chances by putting more Connecticut in there.
Oh,
Method to the madness.
Yeah,
Tony, we know your goal. Oh, we know your ultimate goal, though, is to be able to print your cigars. So,
you know, if I can do that, you'll be the first one to know, because I'll be printing like Shadow Smoker Legion cigars in no time. I will. Hello. Funny ears. Alright. That's a little creepy.
It was Ashley, Martin. You looked right. You were correct.
What happened?
Said it was Ashley. You were right.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just saw hands.
Oh.
Hello, Mrs. Shadowgaze.
Her opaqueness.
Mrs. Wells, just so you know, when you move in from the side slowly, it's kind of creepy. So move in fast. Alright, I changed to an Oliva O. Because even Oliva O is better than that. So yeah, I mean, So if that's the case, we will stop doing the Wednesday one. You know, I'll still do the Facebook one whenever I have time and or I feel like it's smoking and stuff like that. But I've been doing that less because I noticed that I don't have that many things going on. So there's nothing to talk about, nothing to announce to the group. So I haven't been doing the Facebook stuff. And those are usually random time because I have random stuff, you know? But yeah, if there's nothing going on, I wouldn't do the Facebook one too.
You know what's weird is now that I'm
You got like the whole side.
I'm finding it harder and harder to talk about.
What did you say that again? You're
I
cutting
said,
off.
Now that I'm not working and I'm not driving around in my car smoking, it's hard to actually find stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get used to that backyard. No more smoking in your car.
But that's exactly what it is. Nothing going on. There's nothing to talk about. And I know people are sick of listening to COVID-19 stuff, you know.
Yes.
Joseph Woodruff said he bought 2 boxes of natural dirt by Drew Estate. I hope it doesn't taste like the name.
Natural dirt.
Natural dirt.
They're flavored cigars.
Tastes like natural dirt? I hope
They're
not.
flavored. No, they're flavored.
Yeah,
They're
is it
infused.
flavor like natural dirt?
No, they're like sweet. They're sweet. They're sweet.
Natural dirt is definitely not sweet, but I guess, yeah, whatever they want to name it. You know,
I don't know
sometimes
why
you
they
just wanna-
call it that. I don't know why they call it dirt, but it is sweet. I've had coffee.
Because they're Drew
Oh, that
Estate
must
and
be
they
a
taste like dirt.
menthol.
It is Drew Estate.
Yeah, they taste like dirt probably because they're Drew Estate.
Doesn't taste like dirt. They're sweet though. They are sweet.
Sweet
Tastes
tip.
like cool cigarettes. Yeah.
Joseph says sweet tip cigar. I don't know.
Yeah, see?
I really don't find any reason to
Wanna
have a
believe
sweet
me?
tip cigar. Like, some people say the sweet tip cigar kind of open up your palate a little bit, so it tastes better afterward. Or when the sweet goes away, you can taste the cigar. It's really so that because, you know, when you first lit the cigar tastes like crap, right? Because all the burn and stuff like that in the beginning. And that's why you have a sweet tip to kind of get rid of that. But I don't see a reason for that. I don't see
Yeah,
a
but
reason.
a sweet tip lasts the whole first third most of the time. I mean, that's part of, you know, one of the best parts of the cigar.
That depends how much you slubber over it. I mean, the way you smoke your cigar, that look is bubbling water out of your cigar. So I don't know about that.
I don't slobber on my cigar.
Not according to that photo. That photo looks like you were like injecting your saliva in
That
it.
wasn't. I didn't make that. That wasn't my cigar.
Whose cigar was that?
That cigar wasn't me.
Whose cigar was
Like
that?
I'm playing that one on Jeff.
That was Gary Brooks.
Was that Gary?
That
Oh,
was
fine.
Gary's.
I apologize. Gary, stop slobbering over your cigar.
Jeff just accused me of slobbering on my cigars like that.
Because I saw your name on it. I thought it was you.
Yeah, but it wasn't my post. I wouldn't, you know, no. I've never had a cigar do that to me. Not that bad.
If anybody's gonna have a problem slobbering on a cigar, it's gonna be me, because I produce a lot of saliva.
Or me.
I don't think you should be saying that right next to your wife.
She knows. You think she doesn't know?
It sounds like a show off.
Michael's just saying he needs a book. That's all.
It sounds like a showing off. I produce a lot of saliva.
I do. She knows. I drooled on her face the first time we were making out when we were teenagers. What are you talking about?
You see what I mean by showing off? You see what I mean by showing off? That's definitely a show off.
How is that a show off?
I don't know if I could take that as a draw.
Joseph
already
said,
you got the benefit, you know, you're doing this live and feel around, so it.
Joseph said he have a lot of non-sweet tip cigars too. I think I'm going to smoke an Espinosa.
See, Joseph's learning. He's learning. Oh yeah, smoking.
Oh
Espinosa.
yeah.
There you go, Espinosa.
I meant to talk to Brendan because first thing when I go on today, I was buying something. I actually went to his link and literally it's still that sampler pack and it still says sold out and it still says out of stock. So. But yeah, and also of course I read about how Cigars Daily kicked people out for advertising another brand whatsoever. If you mention another brand whatsoever, you probably get kicked out right now in Cigars Daily because they're more serious about business now. So
Yeah, even Brandon Wells even mentioned that in his live view. He said he didn't want nobody posting any other cigar brands or anything in his chat, his group.
yeah, the way that's done right now is a lot different. You know, beginning when he first started that group was like to be a lounge, right? To be whatever, you can say whatever. Now it's just more business. It's it's modded by them. You know, if there's no benefit to a business, there's no really point to upkeep a group like that. There's a lot of people do that.
Because at the beginning, we could post anything we wanted to in his group. Now, you know.
Unfortunately, I think I made the rule too loose. I think I made the rule too loose. You
I
know, the
post
thing
the cigars I smoke in there. I post the cigars that I smoke in there. He doesn't say anything to me.
You can post any cigar you smoke there. You just cannot mention another place to buy them.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, Brandon's thing was he doesn't want other advertisements that are overshadowing anything he's doing. Yeah.
So yeah,
of course.
That's what happened when you started out giving a rule like you can post whatever you want. It's like a lounge. I want you guys blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden says you can only post cigars.
No, it's not only cigars. I mean, he doesn't mind if you do, you share links, say like to Martine's reviews and stuff like that. He just doesn't want it to become like a big old freaking promotion page for everybody else, which makes sense to me.
But whatever he posted was true though. I mean, Fox Cigars have been giving out cigars so long as you buy some.
Right.
You know, I noticed that every time I buy something, they just throw me cigars.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not always expensive cigar, but they did give you a few more to smoke throughout this pandemic, which is pretty good, which is really good. Can't complain about that. You know, you can't complain about receiving free cigars.
Nope.
Of course not.
They have good turnaround time too.
That's true, and their return was pretty easy. I returned the ashtray because it was flawed, and they just gave me a label. I sent it back.
Did you ever return the Bovida sensors?
What did you say?
I said, did you ever return the Bovida sensors?
I did return them. They were probably the worst remote RH meter I've ever seen. It shouldn't be that hard to set up anything.
I really think you should look at Gobi.
Martin, your microphone too far from you or too close from you? I can barely hear you. Is it just me or everybody else?
This is what happened last time.
Yeah, I can't hear you. What happened to your headphone?
Still going on from the two cigars.
Huh?
I said, no, there's nothing in my ears. So let me close
Go
out.
get it. Go get it so we can hear you. I don't want people to think that I purposely mute you. Exactly.
All we're hearing is the gurgling sound from the, from that two cigar challenge where he's still trying to throw up.
It's all that damn sweet tea. That's what got him.
All right, go ahead. Try again.
I can kill when I leave.
Oh, it sounds much better now. Sounds much better.
I'll never talk shit, man. I just telling the truth. Too much sweet tea got you sick.
Martina Meyer, the original Mr. Gecko.
But what I was saying earlier,
another bad cigar, but whatever.
Is you should look at Gobi, Tony.
Well, that's the thing. I don't really care about the humidity of my cigars. I like them dry.
Oh, well, if you want to censor, Gobi would be the ones that I would go with.
I only care for the one that I put in the fridge because I know the fridge will fluctuate a little bit. So I put the ones the meters in the fridge. But other than that, I don't use it. I know that my humidity is about 40 to 50, and that's about the same humidity I smoke my cigar anyway. So I actually don't like my cigar wet because it's not gonna crack the leaf. Yeah, it's gonna smoke maybe like 0.1% more flavorful, but it's more likely to mold. That's number one. And number two is they don't light that well. Dry stop burns. All right, we all know that, right? Dry stop burns better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of time when you have a cigar that's too moist, you either hotbox it or all the steam's gotta burn your throat. And you gotta get that bubbly cigars. And people just gotta think that you produce too much saliva. So
I'm surprised Brandon don't get that problem more often.
he just don't show you. He just don't show you.
It actually happens from sucking too hard.
So I don't like 70-70. I'm one of the guy that tell you that 70-70 is a myth. Don't follow that.
I keep mine's about 60, 62.
Right? There are people that's diehard 70-70 fan and then keep their stuff at 70-70 perfect every time and they get moldy humidors. Right? They get moldy humidors. Right? Humidity, high humidity with like, you know, temperature, warm temperature. 70 is pretty warm. Warm temperature equals mold. Right? So having a dry environment is good. You know, you're not gonna get mold. You don't have to worry about it, and you gotta light every time. You know, it's gotta light up every time. I used to do 70-70 too, but every time before I smoke it, I have to take my cigar out and leave it in the living room for like half an hour, an hour to let it dry up a little bit before I smoke it. So I actually don't like that. I want to just be able to grab my cigar, and they age better. I think they age better that way.
And also, they don't turn off on you.
Say that again?
They don't turn off on you.
They don't turn off?
Yeah, like you're smoking it and it goes out on you because it's still wet.
Yeah. So yeah, Joe Sparaccio said that he keep his 65%. Joseph says you had to relight the cigar if it's too wet. Yeah, and even at my humidity, sometimes I had to relight like 1,000 times. So I just don't like to relight my cigar. But sometimes we just have to. We just have to because, you know, when you have that much humidity. So I don't like that much humidity. Right? If you think about how people kept their cigars back in the days and it was totally fine, that before humidor was even invented. Right? Humidor used to be one of those like high royalty kind of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Get like a jewel box on the table, have cigars in it. That's like, you know, that's not how commoners keep their cigars back in the day. So if they were able to keep their cigars, I don't know, cups. Like literally they just shove in the cups and just put in the side. Or like a, I don't know, maybe a wooden box on the side. And without any humidity things to do, especially people in, you know, Arizona. Then cigars gotta survive in normal humidity, right? And just think about shipping. Sometimes shipping take a week. Sometimes shipping take 3 days. That's like a week to 3 days with no humidity.
5 days.
Say that again?
Famous takes about 5 days, so yeah, that's about a week.
Yeah, so they literally are outside in the environment for 5 days and totally fine, right? The only problem I have is when they ship overseas. Hey, Dustin Wrench, I have a problem when they ship overseas because I never trust those. Like, can you imagine? If they ship by air, sure, but like when they ship by air, it's actually freezing temperature, right? They put it on the bottom stomach of the airplane. So when they fly, that thing freezes, right? So by the time it lands, it went from freezing to actual regular temperature, I don't know, 50 to 60 degrees average temperature. And then you go through shipping during the summertime, probably 80 to 90 degrees. And then it gets to your house after 5-6 days. Do you really trust a guy to go through the shocks like that? This is why I always tell people, like, you know, if you gotta get Cuban cigars, I don't recommend you get shipping because let's say if you like just how I did it, I receive it and when I open it up, the entire thing's green, as if there was like a brand new colony of organism in there. You open it up, they're like, "Hail the king, smoke me!" You know, that's how it feels like, right? You can't even lift a cigar. If you lift a cigar, you get a whole puff of green powders in your room. Almost look like Japanese matcha just went into my ear. It was that bad. So like, you know, do you really want to keep your cigar like that just to smoke some Cubans? I don't know.
So I got a question then, speaking of that. How do they ship cigars from the factories to like the distributors? Is it coming by plane or is that coming by boat?
Boat.
That's coming by boat.
What's up,
By boat.
everybody?
Who that?
Oh, your feels.
I dropped my ash on my slipper.
Oh,
Who just joined?
Ash Bale.
oh, you convinced the Martin.
Ash Bale.
Huh?
Oh, somebody else joined. Let's see who that is.
Yeah, who is that?
That's Matt.
Which one?
Meadow.
Matt Meadow.
What's going on, Matt?
He's
What's
frozen
up,
right
Matt?
Hey, Matt.
now. Hi, Matt, but you're frozen. Don't never bother me anyway. Let it go. He's all black now. Oh, he's went back. He's back. You might need some light. You might need some light. Hey, Matt, you might need some light. For those people who doesn't know, if your camera is doing crazy stuff like super glitchy, it's because the room's too dark. All right, it's too dark. Your phone is trying to compensate for those images. It's super slow because it's too dark.
I guess I got plenty of light because I got my light on.
I got plenty of light tonight.
So yeah, when you receive your cigars from a manufacturer, they ship by freight in a temperature controlled containers.
Yep.
So that's very different than shipping air. Right? But that usually take a month. And that's if that container is full, like that boat is full, right? A lot of time they will be part of a container, and if that container is not full, they don't ship.
So they're fresh off the boat?
They are fresh off the boat.
That's pretty salty, dude.
So yeah,
That
that's
sounds
how
like
they
a
work.
Filipino joke there.
Can you see me now?
Well,
yep.
I learned it from my
All right,
wife,
good.
so.
All right, man. That's all you hear when I used to visit my hometown. They
Yeah.
call everybody a fob. What the heck's a fob? Fresh off the boat.
Fob is actually not a good description for Asians, just so you know. We swim there.
I'm Asian and white, but oh well. I look more Mexican than I do anything.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we swim over. We don't use boat. You know why? Because we're cheap. Swimming is actually much better. You don't catch on the radar or sonar.
You swim over there.
Chapin, are you still high? You're not moving.
And,
You're like if you don't move your face once in a while, I think you're dead. Because I can't even see your eyeball.
So Tony,
I think sometimes he just posts a photo and then he leaves the room.
What's up?
So
What's
Tony,
up?
you said you
Going
swam
outside to
over.
go
Does that
smoke
make-
that menthol cigarette.
Hey Tony.
Yeah.
You said you swam over, so does that make you a wetback?
Well, that makes it no. Well, unless I swim this way, that makes it wet bad.
He's a professional swimmer.
I'm a licensed swimmer in my country.
So
Yeah, everybody's gonna think I'm racist now.
Oh
You
my
know-
god.
Back in my time when we were in school, we actually have swimming courses. We have a swimming pool in the school. That's
Yeah, mine
grade
too.
school. We're talking about grade school here. We learn how to swim during grade school.
Yeah, see, we needed that because I don't know how to swim.
Yeah,
Are you a dry
son-
dock?
middle school.
You sound like my wife. Don't know how to swim? What?
Don't know how to swim. That's
That's
okay.
One thing I can't do. One thing I can't do. Sorry.
Well,
I can't,
you
I
got
can't have
desert
kids and I
there.
can't swim.
Well, you live in the desert. There's no water to swim in.
It's true.
But everybody has a swimming pool over there. Everyone has a swimming pool over there. Well, almost everyone.
Yeah.
You-
Yes and no.
You need to learn how to swim because most pools are over your head.
It's a fact. They are. Get in the
Too
shallow
short.
end, and it's like right here. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
At least learn how to doggy paddle.
It's all right.
Oh, man.
Mike, we'll get you some floaties.
Hey, whatever works.
You know, last time I checked,
Get him some
male
arm
who knows how to
floaties.
doggy paddle are usually very popular with women.
Yeah, it's true.
Just those wings is what you need.
The
Water
wings?
wings, hell yeah.
Drink
Water
some Red
wings,
Bull. It gives you wings.
Those things are, water wings.
Why am I smoking crappy cigar tonight? Whatever I grab, right next to me is all crappy.
What are
I
you
feel-
smoking, Matt?
Huh?
Fuente short story.
See, even he's swimming. Not
Nice.
swimming. He's smoking something good. I'm like, Oliva. Oh, come on, man.
It's a little cold out tonight. I don't want to go with something that's going to take 2 hours.
Right.
We have snow outside right now.
Oh God.
We
It
snow
started
overnight.
raining here, but that's about it.
Dude, it was like 85 here today.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it's like
snowed
20s
6
here
I stayed
today.
at my cabin today.
It rained
April, we
this morning,
snow.
and it's only like 60, 68, 69 over here.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect temperature.
Yep.
60 something.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
good. Tomorrow's going to be good, though, Tony.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
They always tell me tomorrow's gotta be better, but I don't believe that.
Here, it's supposed to be like 60. So it
Let
should
me
be
take a
pretty
look.
summer for you.
Weather tomorrow.
That's almost jacket weather. 60 is almost jacket weather, man. Or it is jacket
61
weather.
high, but it's gonna drop to 43. So it's next to. I guess it's better than nothing. Michael
60's
Carter
not
is on.
jacket weather.
Hi, Michael.
Don't
I
worry,
gotta have a
Michael.
way
Me
to
and you
show
will
the
be getting
chat
100
somehow.
degrees sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be hitting the 90s like towards the end of next week.
60's beach weather over here.
I gotta figure out a way to show the chat better on the screen because nobody can see the words from you guys.
60 in short sleeves here is like cutting glass nipples, man. That's cold.
Hey,
Short sandals here.
Where you at, Chapin? Talking about the cold weather, man. Come on.
I know,
I ain't got
right?
nothing.
He's high. It's no doubt he's high.
Jamin's quiet, man. He's just real quiet.
I don't know. Jabin, what are you doing here without talking? Not that I have any complaint, really. I just cannot tell if you're dead or not.
He's sitting there with a shitty grin. Yeah, he's high on something.
He looks like he's high on something.
William.
Tony let you in?
Because when he's doing live, when Chapin's doing live, he won't stop talking. You know, he's dropping F-bomb every 2 sentences.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I watched those videos. I was like, should I delete these videos? It's like F-bomb every 2 seconds.
Yep.
That's his space filler because he's only got so much to talk about, so he's got to fill the space.
Yeah, everybody else says, he says, yo, fuck.
Oh, shut
I'm
up.
behaving on this because I'm behaving on this one because I know it's being recorded on YouTube and it's out there forever.
By the way, so James' brother, Albert, has been working on that map with all the members and plug it in and everything. He's plugging much more people on there now. Like, there's many more. And what happens, I think in the end, he's just going to remove the front of the address or just have state. Yeah, CD and state. CD and state. Now, I think that's a good idea, except in the case of, like, 2 weeks ago. That would be pretty bad if they both knows where each other lives and they just decide to meet up.
Right.
Oh, but you can find that out anyway.
Huh?
You can find that out anyway. All you need is the freaking name and the city, state where
It's
they
not
live.
that easy. Come
Google
on.
anybody's name, and he'll give you their address.
Pretty sure they already know where they both live.
No. See, it's not that it's not that simple. Because if that was that simple, the government wouldn't send the stimulus check to the wrong places.
I found
Good point.
Michael Wells' house. I even found out how long he'd been living there. I mean, and where he lived before that.
You guys, I tried to call the cops on the person who have wife that regenerate, that never dies. And I don't think he's arrested yet, so it's not that simple.
Clearly, she's still been regenerating for.
She's
over a year
still regenerates. She's still, you know. Apparently, he can actually make posts without being there too. So, Josh Jones is on right now. Hey, Josh. I need another cigar.
James, what time is it over there?
What time is it over here?
Yeah.
3 a.m.
It's 10 minutes till 4.
Damn.
You don't have to work, right, tomorrow?
Huh?
No, Sunday, so.
No, I don't have to work. Got to work on Monday.
What cigar is this?
Me and Michael Wells, I think we're the same time, right? 6:51.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah. 3 hours different than me. Yeah.
Michael, you working tomorrow?
No, I don't work till Monday. I will have to be there at like 1:30 Monday morning.
Thank God, because I have package tomorrow. I don't want to be touched. Michael always give us the behind the scene look of how messy that room is, and I really don't want to think about who touched my package.
Well, at that point, nobody was touching it. They were just fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Imagine if one person goes into that room and cough.
Don't worry about it.
And they don't even get masks.
All that stuff that was sitting there was going to be sitting in trailers until Monday.
That's still not enough. Right now,
Oh, yeah, no, as warm as it's going to be, that'd be enough.
Based on the test, they can survive 20 days.
But yeah, no, that's at a consistent temperature. Those trailers are going to get to about 120 degrees.
You know, see, if the temperature really works, then COVID-19 will be gone by summer. Do you think that's going to be gone by summer?
Everything they've done, they said it will slow the spread because your contractibility on surfaces is lower as the temperatures heat up and fluctuate, because you need consistent temperature in a body for it to mutate.
That's like telling me 5-second rule work.
No, it doesn't. We know that.
Shit, anything that comes in the package to this house, my wife wipes it down with alcohol before she even opens it up, man. She has rubber gloves on and everything.
Did you know that you can wipe it out with alcohol, but alcohol dries up so fast, sometimes it doesn't kill them at all?
Hey, I'm just letting her do her thing, man, to make her happy.
She literally have to have like the whole thing submerged in alcohol for like 10-15 seconds before taking it out. Like baptize that package.
Dude, we should have been dead. We should have had people really, really sick and dead already all over the country with our company if it was that crucial.
But that's the thing. The disease is so only a small portion, like 10% of people get severe issue. Okay, not saying the minor issue is any good. Like some people lose the sense of smell and taste. That would suck if you're a cigar smoker. Can you imagine you can't smell or taste anything? I was talking to my wife yesterday. I was like, if I ever contracted that, right away, that's a good time to do a challenge video of tasting anything whatsoever. Because I won't taste it. I won't smell it either.
I hear the eggs coming already.
The eggs, nothing, yo. The eggs, easy. Especially if you can
For
taste
you? For me, the balot's no problem because I'm used to the baby duck. That century egg, I don't know about that one. The balot and the century egg are two different animals there. Because you got the little embryo as you eat that.
They're both eggs. They're both eggs. In fact, they're both duck eggs.
Yeah, they're duck eggs.
So what, Tony? What does that actually taste like?
Say that again?
Just start crunching when you start eating it.
Matt, what did you say?
Man, it's good for the wang, though.
What does it actually taste like?
What does it actually taste like?
Yeah.
It tastes like some sort of chemical. Tastes
Horse
very
piss.
metallic. It tastes like iron.
Or
You're talking about the century egg or what?
Yeah, century egg.
Yeah.
No, it tastes like a slightly, well, not even slightly sour, but a slightly more bitter, hard-boiled egg, but it's got like the gelatin feel to it, so it doesn't really taste bad.
It has this metallic aftertaste.
Yeah, it's got like a little bit of like
it's got a lot of iron in it.
Yeah, it's got like kind of an iodine-y taste. It's weird.
Yeah.
Ted Rogers just joined us. Hi, Ted.
I never actually ate iodine, so
Well, technically you need iodine. You know, iodine is one of the items that the American people lack the most. That's why they add iodine.
That's why we have iodized salt and all that kind of stuff, because we don't eat a lot of seafood in America.
We
it's
kind of do.
iodized. So,
We kind of
yeah.
do though.
So it tastes like iodine
I
pills
don't.
that you used to drop in water to clear it.
Say that again.
So it tastes like an iodine pill that you used to drop in the water to clean it.
No, it tastes more like it almost tastes like a really gooey solid egg with gelatin, and then you got that metallic aftertaste. It has that little bit of iodine, has a little bit of that iron, almost like it licked on a stainless steel, like just licked on that taste.
Yeah.
Look at James. James like, no.
The flavor that is not what make you gag. It's the texture. It stays.
Why is
It's
that
so
good?
gooey. Like no one has the problem with the texture. So per se.
They did that on Barstool Sports a couple weeks ago. They did a Century Egg challenge.
I think there was one foodie like TV show on Food Channel. This one like foodie guy, he say of anything that he eat, he would never eat a century egg. Like that's like one thing he would not eat on the show. But it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. I mean, if you gag on it once, you won't gag on it again.
Yeah, because you know what to expect. Yeah, it's not a surprise.
No,
Right.
it's because you won't put it in your mouth again.
No, I do it again.
That's crazy.
All right, what was the tofu stuff, Tony? What about that stuff?
That stuff, I'm having an issue of clearing TSA on that. So that's a really fermented moldy egg. I mean, not tofu. So it's got the whole thing is fermented with like, it smells like trash can. It smells like trash can. However, it doesn't taste like that. It just doesn't taste like that. It's almost like, you know how you like when you eat a durian fruit, that it smells really bad, but it doesn't taste like anything it smells. So I having trouble carrying that through TSA because it's vegetation.
Well, just get it at one of the Asian markets here.
They might not have it. They have the one that tastes good and smell good. They don't have the one that smell like shit.
Well, shoot, I know when you go to the Filipino market over here, you can pick up pig blood, all that, make
Pig blood has
biliguan and all
pig
that
blood
stuff.
doesn't smell. Pig blood chunk doesn't smell. The tofu, like if I open it up in the room, you have to clear that room. I got health department come to visit my apartment back in the days when I tried to make my own. The neighbor called the health department.
They thought you were killing people in there is what happened.
No, they thought I didn't dump my trash for a long time. They thought my apartment's full of trash.
Oh my God.
The call shouldn't be full. Apparently, I mean, the Google Hangout should allow like 150 people.
Well, your face when you said that was so serious.
Yeah, I can give it a try. I'll test it out. I'll test it out with my phone to see if I can get in.
How do you think you got soy sauce assassin? That's what he was doing. That's what they thought was going on.
Good point.
But that wasn't soy sauce. There was no soy sauce. There was no soy sauce in there.
We don't know that. We weren't there.
But that's not my problem, isn't it?
Tony made an inside joke on somebody needed to have some rice and some adobo and be kind. I remember that. That's when me and Tony were in Cigars Dailies group, and somebody got a little butthurt, and I guess he had left the group.
What happened? What are we talking about?
When we started talking about soy sauce and rice, the first time me and you and when that one guy got a little butthurt on Cigars Daily group.
Yep.
He needed a hug.
He needs more than a hug. He needs to get laid. What happened when you don't get laid for like 25 years?
Damn it, my ash just
He was
fell.
all of them because what Damian Jones had posted about the mold and plume.
Oh, I know that dude. The Canadian
Oh,
dude.
the call will actually get full when you have what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 people. He says that the call is full. Is there something I can change that? Let me see.
What's everybody else smoking?
No.
Nothing. Nothing.
I've got a Gran Habano Rojo 5 Maduro.
Gran Habano.
Okay, so here's the thing. So Google Hangout will allow 25 people if you guys use the app. If you're not joining using the app, there can only be 10 people. So Joseph, if you want to join, you have to use the app, not the web.
Not the browser. Gotta have the app.
Gotta use the app. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Use the app.
Use the app.
Do it now. Come on. Get the app.
Do it now. Get down. Hey, doggy. Wait, somebody's in their car? Hey, doggy. Doggy's in the car. That's cute, dog.
That was good. I was just watching Terminator a minute ago.
Ivan, I see you got my dinner over there.
Oh, he got good hind leg. Good hind leg.
Good hind leg. Drumsticks.
You guys are horrible.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm too far. So that's okay.
Wouldn't you want like a soft, smaller, like squishier dog? You wouldn't want like
No,
a super
you want a
muscular
yellow dog. Yellow dog tastes the best.
Yellow dog best flavor?
Yeah, yellow dog has the best flavor. And then it goes from yellow, and then it was yellow, black, multicolored, white, and then Chihuahua.
Just like Poodles. Poodle's good dog. You feed it a lot of rice, and you make a good supper.
I think we'll get flagged for talking about dog. But yeah.
Chihuahua is not a dog. It's a rat.
With hair. Yeah, hairy rat.
You know, in the end, this whole thing wasn't started because eating. Nobody ate anything that really transferred that virus. It wasn't done from eating.
No.
It wasn't done from eating.
It was engineered in a damn lab.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I even think. Engineered in a damn lab.
That's the theory anyway, yeah.
I mean, they were talking about bats, and then they keep changing the animal. They just keep changing the animal. So whenever you find an evidence that it's not that animal, they go, oh, no, it's actually that animal. It's not actually that animal. You know? They're like, oh, it's all bats. You eat bats. And that market, that specific market in Wuhan is like, we don't even sell bat in the winter. All bats are hibernating. There's no bat. And then, oh, you must be eating rats. No. Those rats, they actually are like farmed. Okay.
Yeah, no, if they were eating street rats, we'd have the plague going on.
Yeah, they are not eating the rat. They are not eating like rats that's captured. They don't eat those rats because those rats actually don't taste good. You want those white little lab rats. So if it's from the white lab rats, guess where the white lab rat came from?
Chapin, you falling asleep?
No, I'm still here.
He's all, oh no, I'm so high over here, guys. I don't even know. I'm just watching. I don't know.
And he's laid back on the couch on a pillow.
What are you
He's
smoking
getting
over
ready to
there?
go night-night.
I want to fall asleep like that.
Quick 30 says COVID is probably a chemical weapon that got out of control. I heard today like Russia is looking for the roots of it. China actually banned the research to find out where the roots came from. Right? China banned it. But you're not allowed to do a research of where this virus came from.
It came from China.
Yeah, they said, let's see who's population dies off first.
That's racist. That's racist, man. No,
It didn't come out of my mouth.
China.
It did not come out of my mouth.
So let's see whose population dies off first.
It's obvious, and you know, their excuse of not calling it Wuhan pneumonia is because they think that Chinese people are being targeted from racism and stuff like that. Even without it, you meet the same racism. Okay, racism exists no matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. It's like the WHO, the leader guy, the black guy. He's like, oh, I'm getting all those racial insults. Dude, you get those racial insults with or without this thing. You just choose to ignore them until now. Right? Taiwanese people don't even know what that means.
I don't care who you are, you're racist.
Yeah.
Everybody's racist.
We're all a little bit of prejudice. We all have favoritism, and we all are a little bit of racism. Okay. The you know, they always say, you know, if you care about it, then it's racist comment. But if you don't care about it, it's just a racial comment. Just people today, well, nowadays are too extreme. Everything can bother someone. Everything can bother someone. Right? You know,
I'm too old to fucking listen to anybody. Fuck them.
You know, you get racial slur blown out of control just because you decide to whore TP, okay?
I hate everybody equally though.
Oh shit.
You get bitch at just having too much toilet paper in your house. Right? And I'm not talking about 3,000 rolls like that guy. I'm talking about 3 rolls.
Game of Thrones?
Right? I'm talking about 3 rolls. If you go out there and say, yo, I got 3 rolls of toilet paper. Somebody but you bastard. How dare you keeping 3 rolls of toilet paper?
Buy you a goddamn bidet and just wash your ass. That's all.
Yeah. Just wash your ass. You know, my wife actually complained about
you go down to Home Depot, buy a cheap bidet that costs like $150 and install it on your toilet and wash your ass.
I actually see advertisement of a company try to sell cloth masks online for $20 a piece. All right, $20 a piece.
Wow.
And here's the thing though, they don't tell you that the cloth mask is nowhere near protection as regular mask. Like we're not even talking about N95. We're not even talking about N50. We're not even talking about N1. We're talking about this is what we're talking about.
Cotton?
Yeah. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. $20 to go out like this.
Oh yeah, I was telling people to look up the particulate studies because they've got like their stupid like face shields and all that shit, and I'm like, dude, look at the particulate study. It stops nothing.
It stops nothing. They did a Petri test from 6 feet away, and tell them to cough without mask, and then put a surgical mask on and cough again. It got the same amount of virus travel through it.
Now, anybody that wears glasses knows that those masks don't work.
Yeah, because the problem is you touching your face.
That's like wearing a mask like that, like going over there cracking down on a green gas tank.
Ted Roger said it's just about making people feel like they're doing something. They will be doing something if they stay home.
In New York here, they mandated that everybody wears something if you go out. So it has to be some sort of face mask, covering, whatever, bandana.
Because you be wearing the face mask, and you go out there, and they actually contracted something. Touch your mask. When you go home, you got to transfer to everybody at home. It's actually more of like contacting with your hands and then touch something else than anything. But here's the thing, though. There's so many people that has COVID-19 right now. Like, the number just goes out every day. But if you look at the severe counts and all those people with issues, it's actually quite minor. Just look at the CNN anchor. He's on the show every single day, still talking crap every day. Right? He's totally fine. Yeah, he's got a little cold sweat and everything, but he's totally fine. His wife also get it. Still, no problem.
No problem, yeah.
Right? The Prime Minister of, like, UK got it. Went to ICU, but then totally came back and said, hey, I'm fine. That was just precautionary. You know? And they actually talk about the test. You can test negative today, and then you go home, and you can be positive tomorrow.
Yeah, easily.
So the test is pointless, too. Because after you know you're fine, you're like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm going home. When you go home, you got it again.
You need a test that's going to be every day you go to work, you get tested. If you got it, you go back home. If you don't, you can go to work.
Yeah, the point of the test isn't really just it's to keep people who have symptoms home.
But that's too late, too, because everybody that you have contacted with might get it within that 2 weeks.
You cannot have symptoms for 2 weeks and for up to 2 weeks and still transfer that disease to other people, dude.
You can have no symptom and still transfer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got the disease long before you have symptoms, even if you show up with symptoms and you don't even not necessarily gonna get it.
So let me respond to Gary's bro. He said they have the antibody test now. So that's actually the test to test after you get it. Alright? So after you get it, your body decides to fight it, then you have antibody. But that doesn't tell you that you're immune. Because you can have antibody and still not immune. And that doesn't tell you that you won't transfer to people. Because so that even if you have antibody, you still have that virus. You can still transfer to people. So in the end, the test is just waste of money. Waste of money.
And you also have to be cleared for like 2 weeks or something after you've.
You can still transfer after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your body already learned how to fight it, but doesn't mean you don't have that virus. Right? We have all kind of weird problems. And then we had the stimulus check. They say that you will keep going until July. Dude, if you don't have money now and you gotta wait until July, that money's pointless.
Well, I can say I know people here in California want to go back to work. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do now.
They've started petitions here to get everything somewhat open back up.
Yeah.
Shut down until May 15th.
Now the thing about opening is that you can open it, but if nobody goes, why open it?
Yeah, the governor of Texas opened up Texas again.
So Joseph says he still cannot get in. Joseph, I don't know what happened, but if one of them drop off later, you can jump in and join us. The rule, I believe, is 2 weeks after symptom. But then that's the thing. After 2 weeks, you can still have that. You can continue to have it for 2, 3, 4 weeks. You can, but viral shedding is usually gone by then. That cannot be. That is not a statement that I can go by.
That's only the incubation period that they're aware of is the 2 week period.
Yeah,
in the
because
body.
they have people that have for 28 days before they give out. So
yeah,
there's one lady that's staying home for 3 weeks at home the entire time, and she still get it. So.
She's still sick. Yeah.
The point is that the disease is so scary because of the symptoms. The symptom can really hurt you even after you recover. That's what's scary, right? But the part about death, the rate of death is so low right now, even at this current amount. It's still so low right now that most people who get it is gonna recover.
What's scary for me?
Where the news makes it sound that everybody's dying left and right.
Well, if you think about it, yeah, everybody is dying left and right. You get 50 people dying every day.
I mean,
they
they're
are
talking
dying.
like we're already past 100,000.
Well, in 7
total.
weeks,
We're talking about total here. We're not talking about daily.
Yeah. In the United States, in 7 weeks, 38,000 people died of that shit. So, it's not like it's just,
And Kat says, I heard people getting the stimulus check in the mail. It would take 5 months to get it all out. Yes. Because they had to mail them. They had to print them. They had to mail them. See, originally, they were printing already. And then Donald Trump says, you guys gotta put my name on it. So they had to reprint those checks. So they print those checks with his name on it. It's gonna send out. Some people have to put it in the envelope and lick the stamp. So you can only lick so many stamps a day.
They need to hire Michael over there.
Norman.
Yeah, Michael says he's always drilling. He's got wet lips for it.
No, I'll drill over everything. Tony opened that envelope that I sent. He knows.
Send out some coronavirus with that check. I mean, why not?
Tony got to open that envelope when he got that Oro Blanco and everything. He saw a good seal that was.
That's how I got the coronavirus.
I got the coronavirus.
So Joseph is smoking the Espinosa Habano, which is a good cigar. Good cigar. This one person named Kent Bryan said Norman Yetis. I don't know what that is. I really don't. So yeah, if you want to troll, make sure you troll something that I can actually understand. If I don't understand, I cannot respond to it.
Joseph, I'm glad you got to try the Espinosas, dude. Because I know you're liking them.
So yeah, I mean, it's actually not that scary. Even if you got it, majority of the time you gotta beat it. Now, if you have other disease, that's the difference. Because right now they're telling you that if you do get this disease, you don't want to be on the ventilator. It actually makes it worse.
That's
Right?
what's
It actually
scary
makes
for
it
me
worse.
is my wife has underlying illnesses. Like if I go out and I get it, I may not get it, but she may get it from me.
Yeah.
That would be the end.
They actually say that you can survive with very low amount of oxygen, and having the ventilator actually makes it worse because you're forcing your lung to open when you try to fight the water. So
right.
Yeah, that's where they were worried because they were making the ventilators to have the ability to have multiple people on it, and they were extremely worried about that, especially if you have multiple people hooked to them.
Yeah, if you're not sick, you're gonna get sick by then. It's unfortunate.
That's
This
like the stupidest thing ever.
You would think technology today they'll be able to find a way to beat this in like a week, right? You would think that. But we don't.
It's money. It's all money.
There's plenty of money right now. Literally, you would think that they want to fix that right now so that they can make the money now. Because by the time it's summer, if this whole thing goes away, there's no money.
No, they want to make the money off the long-term vaccination solution they're trying to come up with. You know that.
But yeah, but then they knew that.
Oh,
it
you
was
talking
very
about
iffy.
Bill Gates' thing where he says, yeah, some people are gonna die from his vaccine. That's what Bill Gates was talking about, that vaccine.
Here's the thing about Bill Gates is I think he's too rich to understand the problem.
No, he just doesn't care.
No, because Bill Gates is rich enough to have to buy oxygen, pure oxygen, and lock everybody out. Okay.
Yeah. The same thing. Bill Gates, when he wanted to get in on the big when we had the Ebola problem a few years back, he wanted to get in on that, and he threw hundreds of millions of dollars at it. And he didn't hear shit about it.
He put $1 million on condom.
$150 million mega yacht.
He put $1 million on anybody who came out with a different condom.
What?
Yep. So Bill Gates actually at one time says, "I'll pay $1 million for whoever can invent the newest condom." That's not just plastic bag.
Why? Because he doesn't want any more of his offspring on the earth, or what?
And then I think nobody responded to it. They just let it be. It's like, I guess his problem is that because he thinks that people don't want to use condom because it's uncomfortable. So they want to come up with something else.
They don't have to be uncomfortable.
I mean, there's already so many ways of contraceptive that people are not willing to do. Okay, there's 20 different kind of way of not having babies, and people don't want to do. In fact, people pay to have babies nowadays. So I don't understand why. If anybody went through the adoption process before, they would know how much money you actually had to spend just to have a kid that somebody don't want. Right? It's that hard. I don't even know how Angelina Jolie was able to adopt that many kids. There's got to be some sort of special process for her to have 7 kids.
Yeah, she's got a lot of money.
Fucking millions of dollars, and she can fucking afford to have it.
Okay, so Chapin says someone can have my spot. I have family things I gotta take care of. I highly doubt that, Chapin. You don't look like you're busy. But Joseph, right now we have 1 spot if you want to join us.
Tony, you could go adopt Ethiopian babies if you wanted to too.
Yeah.
I
got
not
a friend.
the one.
Well, he passed away, but he has 17 adopted kids.
Damn, God bless him.
Who? What?
Yeah, one of my brother's best friends. He used to have 17 adopted kids, and he had 3 biological kids.
The question is why?
Why?
Hey.
Why?
2 baseball teams.
Hey, look who's on. Oh, look. Joseph is actually on, but he's not at work. Chapin said his cat wasn't doing good. Chapin, I can honestly tell you it's because your cat just saw my face.
He's got scared. You're gonna eat him.
But yeah, I mean, the world is full of money, and I don't think there's gonna be long term. And a lot of pharmaceutical is not thinking to do this because they think it's gonna be like SARS, it disappear like that in summer.
Is cat a code word for something else now?
That depends. Depends on the location and the time.
Because Chapin says his cat's not doing any good. I was wondering if you meant something else by that.
Oh man.
I think what they're thinking is they're thinking about yearly resurgence of it, and they wanna make the money off that long term vaccine. That's what I mean by long term.
But here's the thing: even you have vaccine on that, how many people actually gotta get taken? How many people actually take flu shot? You're like,
I've never had a flu shot ever. I've never had a flu shot.
You're like, I'd
Never
rather have
either.
You know, I would love to have flu so that I don't have to go to work. Something like that. I don't know. Because flu, it's the same thing, right? If you have underlying disease, you might die. But if you're perfectly healthy, majority of the time, you're gonna survive. If you're not being a little cat.
Well, I mean, it's like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a higher death rate than the average, seasonal flu, because now it's like worldwide it's about 1.5%, where the flu's like 0.1%.
That's different. That's different because the flu you actually have a total.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we don't have it.
We don't know the total of COVID-19 right now, so you can't really judge.
Well, how many people died from the bird flu?
A lot.
Oh, my team's getting ready for the after show, guys.
Oh, I've been ready.
Chapin says no cold war. Pretty sure I gotta put him down. He's 16.
Oh shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Gotta hydrate.
It's almost time for another cigar. We're getting down there.
Yeah, I had to go grab me another one.
I need another cigar like right now because the cigar is not enjoyable.
How have you went through like 3 in a row or 2 in a row that have been crappy?
Well, because I choose the crappy cigar. I blind grabbed them, and then I grabbed the crappy ones. It's Oliva O.
He just needs to buy some Espinosa.
Right?
Yeah, let me see. Your mom.
Oh no!
Just go ahead and grab a Casa Cueva, like Brandon would say. Go grab that Casa Cueva, Albano, you'll be okay.
Where is it?
Casa Cuevas.
Just grab one of those gurkhas that you like.
I don't have gurkha here.
I'm only surrounded by Davidoff. I don't know what to do.
I have Davidoff right in front of me. That's the problem. I try not to grab Davidoff. I try.
Yeah, since he quit buying them, he's got to be, a little more.
He quit buying them. He's hurting. He's only got like 4,000 Davidoff. He's hurting for me. He hadn't bought any more.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he quit buying them, so he's got to quit smoking them. He's got to last.
I tried to amaze you guys by not buying.
Go over there and grab that Woody and get it over with.
Right?
Whoa. I don't want to be grabbing my Woody. What the hell?
YouTube.
Brandon?
I don't have enough time to smoke the Woody.
It's early here, Tony. You got plenty of time.
That's what you got Brandon for, Michael.
I gotta allocate myself some time to play my game.
Are you liking it, Tony? Because I never played the first Final Fantasy.
You never?
The first Final Fantasy 7, no.
You need to jump off a bridge.
Is it good?
As someone that played through the first one, there's a lot to be desired. But then you also see a different side of it. So instead of 2 pretty girls that you had to choose over with, and then one dies, you get 3, and then 1 dies. Not that you understand what that means, but
Hey, Tony, don't tell me you already finished the game.
I'm close. I know where it ends, so I know I'm close.
It takes me like 5 days to play a game, and I finish the damn game.
You're not supposed to spend 5 days on it. It's like
I'm
a
sorry.
roughly 20-hour game.
That's a short. That's a pretty short game. 20 hours. That's not. That's pretty short.
Majority of the game is missions in the same place. Like if you don't do any of the mission, you just skip right through it, you'll finish in like less than 20 hours.
Shit, on Destiny 1, I've got like over 1,500 hours on it.
Yeah.
You got too much time. That's why.
Well, I can't say anything on Skyrim on my PC version. I've got it all modded. I've got like probably I don't know, 1,100 hours on that game.
Yeah.
I hope they never came out with the modern PC version of this Final Fantasy remake.
They're
Imagine the
going to.
people it's gotta do to those characters. I can't imagine it.
Oh man.
Because
All right,
those characters gotta go naked in 2 seconds.
It's true. That was the first mod they made for Skyrim. Was the naked NPC mod?
Yeah, because I know that's the first thing they did with Nier Automata.
Tony, I'm gonna jump out for a minute. I'll be back on in about 10 minutes.
Cool.
That's like the game DOA, man. That was the first thing people did when they could mod it, was make all the girls naked.
And that you can kill a prostitute, no problem, kind of stuff. Yeah, I hope they don't ruin it.
I'm gonna grab another one. I'll be right back.
All right. I think Matt went to puke, just so you know. But here's the thing, yeah, like, you know, when it comes video game into PC, the first thing people do is modify the skin, and then, you know, first thing they usually do is remove the skin.
What are you looking at, Martin?
Well, I noticed since I've been smoking a lot more outside, all the tree branches are like coming towards me.
Is that your tree though? Is it your tree?
Yeah, my trees. My tree branches are literally coming towards me.
If it's your tree, you can cut them. You can cut them.
Well,
It's
I know.
the bourbon. It's the bourbon.
Well, because you know the what do you call it? Like the smoke, the hypothetical, the CO2 kind of makes the plants grow or whatever bullshit.
It doesn't.
They're like literally coming towards me.
It depends which side has more sun.
The more bourbon he drinks, the more they're coming towards you too.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Quick says, looks like Martin's high too.
Yeah, not high.
You know?
Nah, Martin don't do that. I think it's more of a bourbon thing. That's all. The plants just want to taste.
You know, there's a thing that in our state, in Massachusetts, whoever, like, you know how the tree branch falls down, right? If it falls on the neighbor's side, the neighbor is in charge to clean it up. I don't have to clean it up. So I'm hoping that all my trees fall on the other side.
Same thing here. Whoever's property it's hanging on, it's their responsibility.
I have one that's literally on the gate, not the gate, the fence that's between two houses. It's right in the middle of it. And then it destroyed that fence. It's not my fence, it's on the other side's fence. It's like bent that fence right there. The tree is huge. And then I just choose not to clean it. If they push it to my side, I'll clean it. If they fall to that side, they have to clean it. But now both of us are pretending to not see that tree at all.
I don't have to worry about trees. We cut all the trees around the house. They're all
Cutting
gone.
trees are expensive. Cutting trees are expensive. Cutting one tree will cost more than $1,000 here.
That's about what I think we paid like about $700 to have one taken down and ground in and all that.
When I get somebody to estimate, they had to destroy my fence because they had to get a machine in, and it would cost $1,000 to cut one tree. I got 50 trees here. So I was like, you know what? I just let them fall over. It's fine.
Dude, I can get one of the landscapers that lives the next street over, and he'd take out a tree for like $100.
You pay him instead of us now?
And in Massachusetts, you can't cut off too many trees either. I don't know if I told you guys the story. I have a friend who has a lot of trees in the backyard. And then he wanted to have more space, so he went to cut all those trees off. Right? He cut like 20, 30 trees off. And the city tell him that you can either plant them back or you can face fine per day. Every day, one tree is $100. So cutting the trees needs government approval too.
The only thing here you can't do is you can't cut down saguaro cacti because they're a protected species. You will get fined for that.
Gary says, I want to put trees all around my property because fence can only be so tall. Well, yeah, the fence can only be so tall, but when you have to clean those leaves up every season.
Yep, fences don't have leaves.
Yeah, the only thing we got in the front yard is a grapevine. Got 2 of them. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen grapes grow on them for the past 15 years that we lived here.
I just noticed that Sherry is very quiet. She looks like she's watching TV on the other side.
She muted her.
Muted herself.
Yeah, she's watching TV, is it?
Yeah. I am watching TV, actually.
Oh, yeah.
No, look over there, look over here, look over there.
Sherry's watching Tiger King, I know.
No, not Tiger King. PBS. I'm watching PBS, actually.
Big Bird?
PBS. No. What is it? Let me see.
She doesn't even know what she's watching.
It's Taste of Japan.
Oh. That's actually a
Taste
YouTube
of
show.
Japan?
They got some weird stuff on there.
That's actually a YouTube show.
Rudy Max's World. Taste of Japan.
Taste of Japan tastes like COVID-19 right now. So.
I have it on mute, though. I'm not listening to it.
All those Japanese stores right now, you know, they like renovated and everything for the Olympic, and now the Olympics not gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pushed it to what, next year, right?
Yep. So right now, all the 2020 stuff is like limited edition item.
All your fancy candy's worth all kinds of money now that you got your chocolates.
I only bought that one chocolate just for the heck of it. I actually wasn't too into, you know, the Olympic in Japan because it's not the first time. Like, I didn't even buy ticket. You know, the ticket to the Olympic, to one event is like $900.
Yeah. Those chocolate things will probably be worth some money now, though, because every collector's items. This is not going to be the Olympic.
You know, today I was actually looking through about all those demos that I created and all that stuff over here. And I realized that I have quite a bit of stuff I need to send out. I just don't remember who I have to send it out.
You don't have lists for everything?
I thought I did.
No. He did. Somewhere.
Dang, Tony, are you getting old over there?
I thought I did.
Well, he's 121 years old.
Okay,
Look,
so
that's right. He did.
I think Calvin had to jump off because his phone ran out of battery. Samurai Gourmet on Netflix is great. Samurai Gourmet is oh yeah, it is pretty good, but it's fiction though. Just so you know, it's fiction.
Let me put myself on Do Not Disturb over here.
Who? Who's being disturbed? How dare they?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I got to put myself on Do Not Disturb on my Xbox app. I'm already getting people binging me.
Dinging you.
Bing.
Yeah. It's almost that time. It's almost that time. Everybody's up over there having breakfast.
Cat Rogers about to fall asleep because we're boring.
Right.
All right, have a good night, Ted.
You wouldn't be bored.
I'm on my technically first cigar.
This is my third of the day.
This is my third of the day, too.
This is my second.
Well, technically, this
Two.
is my third of the
That's
day.
it. My second, and that's it for the day.
Well, I'm not sure which day.
Sherry
I'm
got
supposed
3
to
too.
This is my third.
Everybody's on their
count. I had my first one of today.
Time zone.
Yeah, time zone.
You guys have been a bad influence. I'm smoking way more cigars a day than I ever used to.
Hey, it's nothing compared hanging out with Brendan.
Dude, that's what I'm scared of. I'm supposed to hang out with him possibly next week, man, because he's going to bring me the stuff that I order up in Phoenix. I'm worried.
God bless you.
Why did you order? Why did you order?
I gotta. Don's is gonna call me on Monday, and you guys will see what I get.
Man, this coronavirus is a bad influence on me. I've been smoking like two or three a day at least.
That's the way to be, Martine. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm smoking way too much too now. It's too much time.
Yep.
2-3 is normal.
Well, if I know if Michael ordered a box, he'll probably bring half the box home because he'll done smoke the rest with Brandon right there and then.
Gary says I might go into a lounge and grab a cigar too. Too cold outside. Gary, is the lounge even open?
Shit, knowing Michael, it'll probably be a box of Casa Cuevas or Espinosas.
I cannot confirm nor deny any.
Well, he can say that there's probably 2 boxes of Casa Cuevas.
Right.
So that means he's probably only going to bring home 1 box then if he had 2.
there's potential. It may be a 3-box order. We'll see.
Quick 30 says he haven't smoked one today, but he will make it up tomorrow. Josh Jones being home right now. I'm smoking 5 a day right now.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
a lot. That's like 5-6 hours of smoking a day.
Where's he smoking like William?
Huh?
I went from 1 a day to 3 a day.
I have one with my
a post
I have one later on at night.
I still feel like, you know, cigar industry is not enough discount for those people who's trying to buy cigar right now, really. Yeah, a lot of stores are doing free shipping right now and like 20% off and stuff like that, but it feels like just normal sale. And the only reason we're buying now is because we're smoking a lot more right
now. A lot of it is normal sales.
I've noticed a lot of the good sales that they used to do before the virus. None of the, I mean, they'll have sales, but they're not near as good as the ones that they used to have out.
That's what I think too. Gary said his lounge is always open. Gary, you talking about your own lounge? Is that what it is?
There we go.
I just, you know, this is weird because I'm looking at, you know, when we started this about, what, hour and a half ago, you guys have sunlight. Some of you have sunlight. Now, like, you know, Martine is dark and, Wow is dark. All right. Thinking of buying a quick 30 seconds. Thinking of buying a box of Plasencia Alma de Fuego. Have you had those before? Yes, I did. And I actually did not like it. I think that is much better to just buy the Alma Fuerte.
Yeah, the Alma Fuerte is a lot smoother.
Yeah,
it's got a little more
I mean, yeah, they try to say that, you know, it's volcanic, you know, thing. You get more earthiness or something like that. I really didn't feel that way. Especially that cigar on the advertisement is red, but when we pick it up, it's not red. It's not that amazing. It's not that amazing. In fact, I think if I was to choose a volcanic cigar, I would have choose the Yamasa.
I agree. The Yamasa is really, really good. I was very impressed by that.
Yeah, but the price is a little bit different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, if you want to smoke something different, then, you know, Yamasa is a good choice.
Over 20 euros for Yamasa. I'm gonna say 15 for what? So.
Like, I just think the Fuego is just not that impressive.
Well, it was good.
Well, there's a difference between good and impressive. So
there's other cigars I would want to buy. You know, a lot of for 15 euros a piece.
And then, I mean, Alma Fuerte is actually not that cheap. I mean, Alma de Fuego is actually not that much cheaper either.
No, it's 15 euros over here, like 16 something for the Robusto Alma Fuerte.
So how much was the Yamasa over there?
It's like 22 euros for the Robusto size.
All right, so it's not that much difference. Few bucks different.
Yeah, about $6. $7.
But I feel like Yamasa is $6 better.
Might be, but you know, if you've got $6 more to spend.
You know, it's personal preference. It's personal preference. I mean, if you're gonna buy the Fuego, buy one first. Try it and see if you like it before you buy them.
Well, I
Because
smoked one and I bought another one, but I didn't buy a box of them. So
yeah, I don't think it's impressive enough for me to buy an entire box of it, unless you want that red ashtray. Which I can tell you, I have so many of those ashtrays that I don't know what to do with. So they do crack.
Yeah, personally, I really like those. The Plasencia cigars. So far, I haven't found any of them that I don't like. I think they're really good.
They are good. They are good. I mean, put aside the fact that they're organic, because I really don't see any difference between organic cigar and not organic cigar. But they are tasty. They are flavorful.
What is it? The Reserva Original is the only one that's technically classified as an organic cigar.
Yeah.
But I don't think it makes any difference though. Do you guys feel like organic cigar makes any difference to you?
No, it just sounds good.
Nah. It just sounds good. Makes
Let's tell the
feel
truth
more
here.
important.
Is that like a vegan cigar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vegan.
Well, all cigars are vegan.
Yeah.
But
It's a
like,
vegan
let's tell the
cigar,
truth. Is any of you feel any different eating organic food?
No.
Nope.
Other
No,
than
just pay that-
your wallet feel lighter.
As I said, I just pay that organic price for a freaking sticker.
That's all you're paying for. It's just the freaking little tag that says it's organic. That's it.
Because we already know this, okay? None of the food you're eating today are organic. None. Everything has been modified one time or another.
That's how you get the sustainability. Is they've done it for the GMOs.
Yeah, because they can grow a large amount of it without being eaten by insects. Josh Jones says it sounds healthier. It sounds
Tony,
healthier.
when are you gonna smoke the kosher cigar?
When I feel better,
Yeah.
when I can actually enjoy the cigar, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know if there's any Jewish people that, you know, it's like you're smoking like kosher stuff, you have to smoke it a certain way. I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific, you know, because when you eat kosher food, there's a specific way to eat it. So I don't want to.
Yeah, just cut it and light it. That's what I would just say. Shoot.
I don't know if I'm supposed to pray or something like that, wear a yarmulke or something. I don't want to insult people. Because my wife went to Jewish school. My wife went to Jewish school. When I dated her, I went to her school, and they have buffet. You know, you go into school, you eat buffet, right? And there's actually one section that specifically have kosher food. And I actually walk in there and grab food without knowing it. And everybody just stare at me as if they were about to kill me. Okay? Apparently, I'm doing it wrong. There's a specific way to eat kosher food. Right? Having a rabbi bless it, it was not good enough. You have to eat a certain way.
See, Tony, with the cigars, all you have to do is find a rabbi, have him bless all your cigars, and they will all be kosher. It doesn't matter.
No. That's not the same thing.
They have to slaughter that leaf first. The cigar leaf had to be slaughtered by a rabbi.
Slaughtered, blessed, achlach menachmach, and boom.
Right?
Yeah, the whole.
They had to drink all the blood from the cigar leaves.
Oh my god.
Quick
That
30
whole
says.
tobacco has to be separate from the other tobacco.
Quick 30 says you had to cut the tip off first.
You gotta give it a bris. You gotta give it a bris.
I do that to all the cigar. We cut the cap.
You gotta give it a quick circumcise.
Yeah.
So do you like cut
I'm
the
gonna
tip
little
off
off
a
the
little
tip.
bit and then offer it and then do it? I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this
You
to
have
insult
to
anybody.
you have to remove the whole wrapper from the tip.
Is the audio working this time?
That's the thing.
Oh
See,
my god.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
your
to
audio's
smoke
working.
it. I don't know how to smoke it. That's the problem.
You take all of the wrapper around from the tip because you know you have to do that.
Imagine if I do a show to smoke that cigar and I gotta get like 200 different death threats for me not smoking a kosher cigar correct.
Have a rabbi come over and
I
bless it with
don't
you.
know any rabbi. That's the thing.
You
I don't
can
go to
find
Jewish
one,
church.
come on.
It's already been blessed by a rabbi, so it's already they had all that.
Have him come bless your cutter, You know, and then you give it a little grist, and you have him cut it for you, and it's
I
all
don't
good.
even think I could cut it with my cutter because my cutter has cut the bacon cigar before.
Now you do.
Oh.
You do have to have a certain ceremony though to cut.
You guys know that I cut the butter cigar and I cut the bacon cigar with the same cutter.
I think a rabbi has to cut the cigar for you.
Yeah, I had to find a virgin cutter first.
Yeah, you get a brand new cutter, have him bless it, have him cut it, you know, make it a whole ceremony.
I have to get the ceremony right.
Oh, there goes the little buddy.
My little buddy.
Who?
He started squirming out of my arms as soon as I put the cigar in my mouth.
Yeah.
He hates the cigar smoke.
Yeah, you had to stop putting your cigar out on him.
So yeah, I you know, my wife being in a Jewish school, she doesn't even know how to do kosher stuff correctly.
I just use holy water.
I see I messed up seeing you that stuff. Now you're worried about smoking it.
Now, hey, it's holy water is technically just blessed water, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but do you know how to you know how they make holy water?
Boil the hell out of it.
Boil the hell out of it.
That's a big thing because for Asian culture, for Buddhism, right? There is only hell. If you die, you go to hell. There's no you don't go to heaven. Heavens are for the god. Like you cannot go to heaven unless
That's the same thing with Judaism. They don't have heaven and hell.
So you know, technically, you wouldn't be able to boil the hell out of it. If you burn it, it's going to hell.
Well, they actually do have heaven. They just don't expect to go there when they die. They expect to go there.
No, that's the thing. Heaven for Buddhism is like an office of moderators and you know, people that looks down and organize things and give you COVID-19 and stuff. You know, hell is actually where you go to get punished. So everybody who died will get punished first, right? There's 18 levels of hell. And so if you're really bad, you'll go to the 18th floor first, all the way down the bottom. And after you take all your punishment, I did not hear you, Gary. If you
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear now.
Oh, no. Okay.
So after you take all the punishment on the 18th floor, you gotta go to the 17th floor and get punished by the 17th floor, all the way until you get the first floor. After that, you get reincarnated.
I think we're already there.
We are the type of people that if you go to hell, they send you back up.
Yeah, I think we're already
No,
there.
they just send you here to California.
You know, they look at the name and they go like, "Oh my God, James! No. We got Chapin here. Send him out."
But the real question is, do they have cigars there?
It might not last. It might be a little bit too dry. It might be a little bit too dry. You know, it's too much heat, not enough moisture. It might be the case because you know, if you want to light one up, it might be easy. You know, according to legend and myth, is that when you die, you pass through this long walk, all right, all the way to the gate of hell, right? And that long walk is filled with red leaves all around it. So if you want, you know, fuegos, it's all around you. Take them, roll it up, it's a red cigar.
Oh, what I miss?
Not much. Not much.
You missed a lot.
All right, everyone. I have to go. I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
All right, talk to you. Bye.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
So yeah, and you gotta walk through. It's a long way. It takes like hundreds of years just to walk to that gate and get it through that gate. And after that, you get, you know, your descendant burn you incense. So you can technically you're smoking because you can only take smoke.
Matt, you missed that Tony said he's going to go to Hebrew school and train to be a rabbi.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.
so that he can smoke that cigar that I seen.
Yeah, so we're talking about how, like, you know, kosher stuff. Like, there's a specific way you eat kosher food, right? Is there a specific way you're supposed to smoke a kosher cigar?
I don't know. I'm Jewish.
Jewish?
Hey man, no one's better at getting around rules to do what they want to do than religions.
Yeah, fucking right.
I don't know. I only know everything about Buddhism. I know a little bit about Christianity, but I know nothing about Jewish.
Well, isn't there like a Jewish tobacco farm in the U.S. somewhere?
I have no idea.
It's either in Connecticut or Kentucky.
I have no idea. Never heard of it. What brand?
Wouldn't that be the Mennonites or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know. I could have sworn that Drew Estate uses their tobacco.
Then it's got to be.
Oh, Drew Estate.
Yeah.
So
Jewish
Estate.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, little buddy.
Here's the thing. I don't want people to think that when I say Jew is an insult. I mean, it's almost, I don't know why. Some people can use Jew as insult, but it's not, right?
That's probably where they had that cigar grown, though, in Jewish states.
I don't want people to think that I'm using the word Jew as an insult because, like, nowadays everything can be an insult. I don't know.
No, we're not insulting.
I'm talking about people that's watching this. If anybody watched this, I don't want to get death threat.
No.
Because it's a bad idea to try to kill me right now. Because if you come, I'm gonna cough.
Hello.
Well, Martin, here to you.
Most Jewish people that I know, you actually have had like the best sense of humor out of most religions.
Jewish people?
Yeah, we like to joke on each other.
Where did I watch this show? There was a show where they got a Jewish lady and then they tossed a penny in front of her and said, "Do you feel anything?" There was a show like that. I think it's a Japanese show.
Well, go.
Go.
Oh, I'm talking to the cat.
Don't bring the cat in. I'm allergic to cat.
You're playing Go with the cat?
Playing Go.
I'm telling the cat to go.
Hey, it's not easy to play Go.
She can't make
okay?
her mind up. She wants to jump up or come or get down.
Did you guys know Go in Japan is a heavily respected game? Like, in Japan, you call certain profession that you respect as sensei, right? Teacher, right? Sensei. So you'll call a lawyer a sensei, you'll call like a judge a sensei, you'll call a teacher a sensei, you'll call like a martial art teacher a sensei, actual teacher a sensei, and you'll also call Go player a sensei. Because it's heavily respected. They make so much money, it's crazy, for playing Go. After they play, there's a whole TV show that like literally go through the entire game and talk about the philosophy of each move.
There's an anime. It's awesome.
I don't even know what Go is.
Go is it's like a chess game. It's like a checker game. It's like a checker game.
Think of Othello. Othello. Yeah.
Is it like that?
Huh?
Yes.
Is it played with marbles?
You play with either a block or white piece, and then you're supposed to, surround each other, like,
Now, how is that not racist? I mean.
Well, the boys are yellow. The boys are
Not at
yellow.
all,
The pieces are black and white, so it's included. It's inclusive.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a very hard game. It's a very hard game.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
People make crazy money. Like people they get assistants to buy them food for them to study how to play.
That's because, like, in Japan, there's only a few legal gambling things you can do, right?
You cannot gamble with money.
So they got
Pachinko.
They got
Pachinko
Go,
is not money. Here's the thing, okay? So when you go to Pachinko, they actually just walk on the gray line, basically. So when you do the Pachinko, you get your ball pieces, right? You can only exchange that for prizes. Now, if you want money, you had to exchange that for tokens to go outside to exchange that for money.
Is
You
that
cannot.
not
Onto the arcade, you get fucking tickets, and then you come back and you get a prize.
Yeah, you can get prizes, which is allowed, and you can get prizes that can exchange for money. So it's not directly for money, so that's not gambling.
Is that not like male prostitution? You're buying and selling balls?
I wouldn't know.
What?
God.
What?
That went over my head.
I said it's like male prostitution. You're buying and selling balls.
It's not balls, it's chess pieces. They're much smaller.
Well, that would still work.
But they're tokens. You get tokens.
Isn't everything
They're
Asian
already
smaller?
they're supposed to be smaller.
Yeah, Japan bans pretty much all form of regular money exchange gambling.
They still get like.
But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just like prostitution in Japan, it does exist, but they just change to go around the law. So the law says you cannot exchange directly money for sex.
So you pay someone else, and you go.
No, so you go in there, you buy food. You go in there, you go, okay, here we go. I think I talked about this before, okay?
Yeah,
you go to
give it
this
as a gift,
place.
right?
You go to this place where you sign in, you give money. And you go upstairs, and the lady will serve you food first. You have to eat something, right? But after you bought the food, whatever you wanted to do with the woman is consensual.
What if you don't like the food?
The what?
What if you don't like the food?
The food is just a lollipop.
You pick another one up.
It's literally a lollipop. Hey, you don't got time to choose. You only got 30 minutes, okay?
Oh man.
You eat, you go in there, put the candy in your mouth. The next thing you know is you sit there like a dead fish, and it's done. You go out, have a lollipop in your mouth. That's it.
Well, that's a very expensive
I
meal.
think you went to the wrong.
Oh
Come on,
man.
James, spit it out.
I think you went to the wrong one.
James wants to go to the maid cafe.
The maid cafe does not have any of those exchanges, okay? All you gotta get is some girls right next to you go, moe you. That's it.
Well, I
Love
sure
on
don't
your
want to come out
food.
with something
That's
in my
about
mouth.
it, okay?
I sure don't want to come out with a lollipop in my mouth.
Let me see if I can
You
show
don't know
you
where
guys
that
some.
lollipop's been.
Hold on, let me see if I can. I still have those. Hold on.
You still have the lollipops?
Still have
No,
lollipops?
I definitely don't have the lollipop anymore. You're supposed to toss it at the end of the street anyway.
Tony opened himself up for that one.
You're supposed to toss it at the end of the street anyway.
You're not making this any better.
I'm not denying anything. Okay, so if you go to the maid cafe,
And this is why I like Google Hangouts.
you get a car like this. All right.
When he goes upstairs, she's just gonna be like, "Where have you been?"
Oh, she knows
Is that
that.
your American Express card?
VIP cards, okay?
That looks like his American Express card.
Wait, so you've got a VIP card to one of these places?
Yeah. I had to hide the stamp to like. I don't want you guys to know how many times I've been there.
Tony's got a wine and dine clients, guys. Come on. What do you think?
Well,
I go for free, okay?
You go.
Damn, Tony, you're just like a Twitch girl.
But yeah, if you go often, you get a VIP card, okay?
Next thing, Tony's gonna be wearing a low-cut shirt, being a Twitch streamer at night, late at night.
Yeah, you gotta ask me to jump.
Shit.
But yeah, that's how it is in Japan. It's indirect exchange.
Well, I hope.
All right, man. Them Twitch girls, man, they make about fucking $1,000 if they can.
Tony's gonna come into the live like this next time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Here's the thing,
Oh,
though.
shit.
You see a lot of Twitch girls, right? You see a lot of TikTok girls, Twitch girls, and stuff like that. in China, you can actually ask them out. If you have enough money, they'll come out. Spend the night.
Money solves a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Twitch girls that end up like changing careers into pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's crazy though, like how like Twitch is like
Twitch used to just be nothing but gaming, but now Twitch is a whole different other
now it's
animal.
not about gaming anymore. It's all about seeing the girl doing something, right? I'll send you a points if you jump.
Yeah, apparently the girls on Instagram and who used to work at Cigar Shop were turning into porn, soft porn girls now.
You're talking about that? Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
That's
all
why
she
I
wanted was
know
like
who
what,
you
16
talking
bucks?
about. Yeah.
All she wanted was $16, okay?
That's literally why she doesn't work there anymore.
Right.
It's literally why she's making a ton more money.
You know, I hate to tell you, if she was my employee, I would like that. Why? Because I might attract more customers.
I'll say it's sad, but it's good for business. I mean, it sells, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's not wrong.
That's truth. Sex sells, no matter when and where. Sex sells.
It sold for him in the beginning.
Say that again?
Yeah, but she was cute, but she wasn't like that great looking either. You know?
No, hey. Be careful what you say here, though.
Yeah, exactly. Just be careful what you guys are saying.
Be careful.
We
Don't
wanna-
mention
you guys are
names.
on
Be careful
YouTube.
what you say here, okay? Just saying.
No names and no shots.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
no
anything.
names.
I just said I don't need to see more of it.
Oh, you did?
Wait, Cat, you
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Is that what happened?
Was it worth it? Was it worth your $16?
How do you know how much it was?
You know how many people actually messaged me to tell me that that was the reason that she got fired? So many
It
people
was.
come talk to me, says, hey, don't talk trash about because this is the reason why she I go like, I don't
Yep.
care. I don't care. He should have known that she's that kind of person to start with. I don't even think
Yep.
that's a secret.
It wasn't a secret. He knew all along.
Right? I'm pretty sure that wasn't a secret. I'm pretty sure that he knew, but then like
No, he
the hype
definitely
was
knew.
gone, then he got rid of her.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons. The other reason was probably his wife.
I never seen his wife. I wouldn't know.
Well, no. In general, I mean, especially if you're preaching, it's a family business kind of thing. That looks extremely bad. You know what I mean? I know what you're thinking. I mean, I get it because we know who the person is. But I mean, if you're gonna have that like that type of presence, right? You wouldn't see other people that we know that are family-owned businesses and that are supposedly people of the faith. They're not gonna want that promoting their business.
Wait, are they people
It's
of
not a
faith?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, that's what he said. That's what he says.
Really?
Yeah, but he was promoting it before he was promoting. You know, before he decided not to promote it.
If he was a person of faith, his name is probably what, Abel? Is that his name?
Maybe Judas. I don't know, something like that.
Chapin's gone. Chapin's asking question, but Martin's not here to answer it, man. Here you go, Martin. Chapin's asking you if you gotta do an
happened?
after show.
I heard my name. What happened?
Chapin's asking you if you gotta do an after show.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm doing extended show because I'm still smoking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost done with my
I just lit
second,
up another
well, my third cigar. I might light up another one. We'll see.
Martine, if you do an after show and you're going to do it on Facebook, when you start a live feed, it looks like you can invite people now,
Okay.
like just at the beginning. If it does, invite me. We'll see if it works.
Okay.
No,
we'll
when
try
you
that.
invite people, it actually sends you a notification that you have live. Would you like to go watch it? You cannot invite into the show.
No, is it like it's you know what I'm talking about on Facebook? now?
Yeah,
Like,
it actually
okay.
just invite the person to see your show.
That sucks.
Oh, that's gay.
Don't make me choke on smoke, man. Nah, good time for coffee.
We're that age, you know. That used to be the term for everything when you didn't like something. Oh,
No,
that's fucking gay.
Fucking everything.
It actually means happy. So I don't know why that became an insult.
And that was the response to it.
Yeah, well, rainbows used to be all like non-gay, but now they're all apparently gay. So.
Think about colors, okay? Here, I can wear a pink shirt. I have pink shirt. What's wrong with pink shirt?
Absolutely nothing.
So why is when people see pink shirt, they think like they'll become all homophobic and everything? It says, oh my god, dude, pink shirt is good, okay? Pink shirt is
I got
great.
a couple pink shirts. They look really good.
Pink shirts are good.
Yeah, if you got the right skin tone and the right hair color, dude, yeah, you can do that. You can do it. It looks awesome.
You know the thing about like the gender neutral clothing, isn't guy clothes just gender neutral clothing already? Girl, man or
Hey,
woman
as
can
long as
both
I
wear
don't-
guy shirt.
I'm all about pink, but hey, if you wear a romper, I will unfriend you.
I'm with you on that one, Mark.
Let me see if I can order one.
Oh shit.
Well, Tony, it's like in
Oh,
Japan,
you know what?
like
They sent Martin for his birthday.
No.
Ooh, they do sell male rompers. They sell male
No.
rompers.
Oh,
I think they're called jumpsuits.
No, it says male romper.
yeah, no, they're rompers. They make them for guys. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but be careful when you buy one. Don't get one that looks like my team. So.
That, you know, it just looks like a Hawaiian shirt with really short pants. That's it.
Okay, so Tony, here's my question. Like kimonos, are they a gender neutral thing, like with the patterns, or are they explicitly male and female?
No, because they're made differently. Males doesn't wear technically what you call kimono. Kimono is actually the official clothing for like female. There's also yukata and stuff like that. So they're actually slightly different.
Oh, okay.
The male ones, I mean, they're technically the same, but the female ones are made differently. So, and it's not that easy to put on a kimono. I can tell you that for sure. There's like 20, 30 pieces that you have to put on. So,
I've seen that. It's ridiculous.
What's the male version called?
The male version is still called kimono. It's just it's a cloth. But the male one is much easier.
Means cloth.
Huh?
Kimono means cloth.
No. How do I explain that? Here.
All right, don't get too in depth because I don't want to fuck up the whole situation.
It's a man mono. It's not a kimono. It's a man mono.
There you go.
Done.
Yukata?
Is that like a man bun?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there you go.
Martine, you could do a man bun with your hair, dude.
Dude,
Don't ever do it.
I got no hair, dude.
You
Yeah,
cut it
like,
off?
I mean,
Yeah,
you're talking about very different things. So for male, right, we hang the kimonos. So they are actually yukata. They're short sleeve or long sleeve. But they're actually called yukata. It says like, you know, you wear another layer. But for female, it's like completely wrapped. All right. So it's kind of different.
So it's like a robe, like a robe, like
It's a robe. It's literally a robe.
It's a straight
So
jacket.
it's like a quasimono.
Yeah, it's still male majority of times wearing yukata. So it's actually just a layer of rope. But for female, the kimonos are many pieces. Like if in Japan, if you're rich, you wear kimono. Like kimono's not cheap. So if you want to be formal, you wear kimono.
You showed us that one night. Some of those things are ridiculous, man.
Yeah. You know, you're talking about $10,000, $5,000 a piece of kimono. I'm not talking about the whole set. You're talking about like a belt.
Oh damn!
Because they are handmade and they are made out of silk. So
yeah.
So they're expensive.
I was gonna get my wife a kimono, but it was like $2,500.
And you're talking about like a kimono set, pseudo kimono. They look like kimono, but they're not the same material. They're not the same thing. So you're missing a lot of pieces. There's a lot of different pieces. Like there's no way to put kimono on yourself because the belt you're supposed to tie in the back. There's no way to tie it yourself. So.
I thought worms make silk.
They do. That's why it's so expensive.
Not only that, you had to kill the worm to take the silk. Because you had to take out that.
So how much is it for the Dunlop?
What?
that sumo wrestler wears.
Sumo wrestling wear thing, those are specially made and they are actually very, very expensive. Very, very expensive.
Sumo diaper?
Yeah. Well, number one, when you wear the specific kind of thing for sumo wrestlers, they had to be like, you had to get it from either sports thing is specially made for you or something like that because they fall off. So they want to make sure that it's good. And if you're the Yokozuna, the rope ones that they put around this rope, it looks like a rope. That thing had to be made with the entire studio that you're in, like the club that you belong to, the group that you belong to. All the people had to tie them, and there's a whole process to do. It takes days to make one of those. So it's not easy. They had to take threads, they had to break them apart, and then start to do it together. It's a lot of work. So, you know, if you were to buy one, it probably cost you 20 grand just for that belt.
Wow.
Sumo wrestlers are rich. Just look how much they eat, okay?
Back onto a cigar note, I just got this cigar. I don't remember what it is.
So Tony, do the
This
sumos
matcha
die
is really
early, or
good.
do they lose the weight when they retire?
That is not true. There are sumo wrestlers that last quite a bit. So what happened is, not every sumo wrestler are big. That's number one. Not every sumo wrestler are big. Okay? And the one that are big, they actually drink beer to make their weight. Alright? Eating alone is not enough to gain that much weight. So they drink beer to make that weight. So what they
Most
have...
of the sumo wrestlers now are from Hawaii more than they are from Japan.
No, they are mostly from Mongolia. Mongolia has Yokozuna from there. So my favorite sumo wrestler, his code name was Hakuo, and he's got injured, but he's not that big. He's only like medium size, right? Compared to some of the big one. Holy shit, the big one, if they fall on you, you die. And this guy, if he fall on you, you probably won't die. You know.
Do they have weight classes like other like Western wrestling?
No. What happened is the weight doesn't necessarily give you advantage. In fact, huh?
No,
They have mini
it's all
sumo.
from the fucking legs.
No, so what happened is there is professional and there is like amateur, right? That's the only difference. But when you go to professional, it doesn't matter the weight class because you'll see a lot of time the smaller guy actually win because they're more like, you know, faster. They can maneuver faster because for Zumo, you just had to make the person's knee touch the ground or the foot touch outside the ring. So, you know, fatter people are more likely to trip, more likely to lose balance. So being bigger is actually not necessarily better. The only thing is that you're so big that the person cannot lift you up, but the person can hold your head and push you down to the ground. So being heavier weight does not necessarily give you the advantage. The only advantage is that you're bigger, so they can just push you back. That was the only advantage. And then it's harder to grab the belt because you're supposed to grab them by the belt. You can't grab them by their fat lumps. It doesn't work. So
it'd be a whole different match if they were grabbing them by the love handles and moving them.
But you can smack them though. In Zumo, you can smack each other.
Smack them, yeah.
In fact,
Yeah,
a lot of them
get smacked by no 700-pound guy.
No, a lot of people actually start up with that. A lot of people would get ready, and the first move they do is charge forward and smack the guy in the face, so that knocks them off balance. You know, come on. There's now gotta be one person here can tell me that when you get smacked in the face, you still know what's going on, like immediately, right?
Well, are you talking about a smack like that, or are you talking about a smack like?
No, it's like E Honda from.
I'm talking about actual smack. I'm talking about actual smack.
Oh my god.
It's smack like so the person's charging at you. The person's charging at you and you smack it in the face. That big guy, 200, 300-pound guy smack you in the face. You're gonna go, what the hell is going on? Alright? So, you know, they could smack each other.
When you wake up, yeah.
Well, they usually don't pass out. I haven't seen one that get passed out by the smack, so. Because you don't want to do it too hard where you lose your balance, right? But
you got a bigger problem.
But if you get smacked It hurts. Like 200-pound guy, just light smack will still hurt.
Yeah, it fucks you up for a second, definitely.
Yeah. So having a big weight doesn't necessarily make you have more advantage.
It leaves finger marks on your face too. I mean,
they get injured. They get injured a lot. So.
James, I don't know what goes on in your bedrooms, but it sounds like you got a lot of experience.
Oh my god.
Imagine when you try to lift a person that's that heavy. A lot of them have like torn like shoulder and stuff, like shoulder muscle and stuff like that, just to try to lift each other up. So. But what's really funny is when the belt is about to fall off. You'll see the judge in the middle says, "Hey, everybody, you guys hold there, don't move. I'm gonna go tie the belt back up because they don't want the belt to fall off." I doubt you can see anything over that much meat, but.
About to say, you gonna see anything anyway?
So yeah, Sumo is hard. It's not easy stuff to go with. Those people make so much money, stack of money every time they win. Oh my god.
It's an interesting sport. What is the origin of sumo though?
Origin of sumo is actually a bunch of people tried, during the wartime. During the wartime, they have nothing to do, so they wanna, exercise. So they start to throw people around. When you're at war and the only thing you can do is flying airplanes into each other, physical contact is less, like COVID-19. So they find a way to touch each other.
Come on, you watch North and South. You know how that shit is when you're at war.
But yeah, it's a very honorable sport because they treat it like a samurai, right? If your knee's on the ground, you lost, right? So it's not like you had to pin the guy to the ground. If the knee touched the ground or the hand touched the ground at all after the initial get-go, you lost.
So did it start from like Shotokan and like Aikido or something like that, and they modified it or what?
No. It was pre that. It was way before.
Okay.
That. It was way before that. It was just pure wrestling. That's why Mongolians are so good at it, because they literally do that kind of stuff when they're young, back in the days. Right? That's their entertainment. Mongolian wrestling was their primary sport back in the days.
Goddamn Mongolians.
Trying to break down my shitty wall.
The Mongolian actually did not break the wall. The door was open for let them in. So for Ming Dynasty, the way Ming Dynasty went down is because there's a traitor opened the door.
I thought you were gonna say it's like South Park. Oh look, Mongolian children horse. So they must not be too smelly bastard after all.
Walk on the shitty walk. Have some shitty food.
Oh god, here we go.
That was a good episode.
Got a Swiss style pork on my head.
So yeah, for Ming Dynasty, when they fall, it's because over one woman. So this one guy really wanted this woman the king have, but the king won't let her off. So he's like, you know what? We'll just let other people overthrow the king so I can have that woman. So he opened the door, let the army in, and that's how Ming Dynasty went away. I mean, Qing Dynasty went away. Oh,
so it's
Ming Dynasty went away.
So it's like the fall of Troy, similar thing.
Yeah. But the Troy is different, but yeah, this one is literally the door. They're at the door. Okay, open the door. They're in. That's it. It was quick. Which is really weird because
have that Call of Troy story though.
Because it's weird because after the Mongolian came in, they created this whole Qing Dynasty. They still treat Mongolia as a different country. Which I don't know why.
It's like
battery, guys. I gotta be out.
All right.
Alrighty. Later, man.
All right, later.
I'll see you guys later.
Later, Matt.
It's like religion. Like most religions have very similar parables, same kind of thing. Like almost all of them have like wars that were really bad that were about women.
You can pretty much see the Chinese history throughout time. Every generation fall because of woman. Every dynasty fall because of woman.
Yeah, at least that's the way history's written.
Some of them will fall because of those what they call it, eunuch, but they don't have balls, so I consider them a woman. So
We had a good discussion about that at work the other day, about how like the Bible was rewritten as well to like downplay women and stuff like that.
I never understand Bible. I'm not trying to down talk Bible, but like let's say original Bible was written by a man based on a God's message, right? Why do you have a New Testament? Testament means that God changed his mind.
That's exactly. That's why like in the Judaism, it's all Old Testament because they consider that as like the canon of Christianity, if you want to call it that.
It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, oh, first of all, this is it. You guys gotta follow this, and then a while later they go, you know what? God changed his mind. He told me, so I'm gonna write a new one.
Well, and then we were talking about that. That was my thing. I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not, I was raised Christian and all that, but whatever. But a lot of it was written hundreds or thousands of years after the fact, because it was all oratory and passed down.
Yeah. And you would think that if that's the case, shouldn't like Vatican not have any COVID-19? Because they're all blessed.
Right.
But they do. So I watched the show. They talk about this, okay? God didn't create human. Human created God. Because we're weak.
They want things to understand.
No, because we're weak, we need someone. We need someone that's better than us. It's just like, you need a king to tell you what to do. So human created religion, created God to take over the control.
Well, yeah, people naturally want something that is bigger than them that they can look to. It's just a natural human thing.
Yeah. And then that's the thing they say, because humans are weak, we created God. God didn't create human. Because if God created human would be perfect. In every which way, like all perfect. But the things that we're not perfect.
It's a really good way to control people, though.
Huh?
It is a really good way to control people.
Oh, it is. I mean, you got holy wars and stuff like that. And you don't even know what you're fighting against. What are you fighting against? You're fighting other human beings. You're fighting other God's creation.
You can get people to do a lot of stuff if you blame it all on God.
That's how cults work. It's really funny because what's the difference between religion and cult? Cult leader gets sex. Okay?
Unless you're Baptist.
That was something in that stupid Tiger King thing where that one guy where he had all these women and that's how they would achieve and being like his right hand people was, sleep with him. And he's like, whoa.
I have not even seen it yet. I probably will never see that.
Don't start getting me down that cult road. I've already heard this before.
He got them to change the name.
That's literally a cult.
How do you do that? I want to learn that. All right, I can't even get 150 people to sign in.
Right?
I just need the power to convince people to sign in. I don't even need, to change your name. Just sign in. I can't even do that.
One of those redneck guys. He's I didn't even care about all them tigers. All I cared about is how he got them damn women trained. I'll tell you what.
I tell you what, that's a good there.
Japan had a cult that literally that guy tried to run for office, and because he lost, he's like saying that they gotta start holy war because of he lost the election. It's crazy. I don't know how people can believe those cults, and not to mention the cult didn't give them anything, and the people still believe it. It's just like, how gullible can human being be?
It's not to say it always is, but they generally do seek out some type of personality that they are able to bring in.
That's what I don't understand. Those personality are either depressed, sad, or cannot help themselves, right? Kind of thing. How do they have so much money?
Right?
They had to pay dues. Here's the thing. I can't even get Shadow Smoke's Legion member to pay $1 a month, okay? And those people pay however money they have to join the cult. Right? It's amazing. My wife always questioned that. I was like, I don't know. He have some sort of charm, but like you look at the guy, you're like, no, this guy don't have the charm. This guy doesn't even get a haircut. This guy looks like he's been on COVID-19 for 18 years.
Oh my God.
You talking about Manson?
I don't understand. I don't understand the whole. How do you follow a cult? It didn't make sense to me. I can understand like war. Like I can understand like following a leader. Stuff like like for lack of better example, like Adolf Hitler. I can understand that. You try to gather a bunch of people with the same goal, right? But the cult doesn't have a goal.
It's the 50% rule, Tony. 50% rule.
What is the 50% rule?
You can imagine how stupid the average person is, and realize that 50% of the people is dumber than that.
That's tough.
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, and they still have like the Korea one, where they spread COVID-19 and throughout the whole cult. That's still going. That's still going. That cult has been there for like 20 years, and it's still going. And the government allowed it.
Well, it's when you're an independent free thinker, you're never going to understand things like that because you're not always looking for somebody to like judge your outcome of your whole life all the time.
I need to learn how to do that. Right?
We're in the wrong business, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I need to not cut my hair, not shave for 18 years, and I gotta get like 20 women around me changing their names.
Get yourself a baby tiger. You have them all.
I will have 20 tigers after that. I will have 20 tigers, and I have people taking care of those tigers for free.
Right?
Baby tiger, yeah, baby tiger.
And I'll just give them the Shadow Smokers Legion shirt, different color. Oh, you want a blue color? Hey, change your name.
You got to work here for a year. You get that next shirt. Tell you what.
Chapin just say, I'm pretty sure James just called me out with the 50% rule.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I did.
That's funny. That's like a self-spinning plate there, isn't it?
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Like, you don't even have to make the jokes; they'll make themselves.
Yeah.
Chapin, that's how you ruin yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't call yourself out.
You see how good I'm getting him trained? I don't even have to make the jokes anymore.
With the things you guys posting, William contacted me, says, maybe he can shorten and go on probation or something like that because he doesn't want to wait 2 weeks.
Oh man, he was messaging me. He's all, man, this 2 weeks is gonna kill me. I can't take it.
Yeah, but I mean, he can still chat with everybody in the lounge, in the mechanic
He can't
lounge.
post. He's muted.
Well, no, on
Not in the
Brandon's
mechanic
group.
lounge.
Huh?
He's in the other group, and everybody can talk to him on the other group without a problem.
Well, I don't know.
He'll call out James and Jeff and freaking Chapin on Brandon's group left and right, man.
Yeah, of course.
But did he do that?
What's up?
Did he do that?
Oh, he does all the time, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Brandon made him a moderator over there like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was all because Brandon asked me, he's like, what do you think? Because I've known William for like over a year. He's all, what do you think about this guy? I said, if you give him the job, he will take it seriously. But he's gonna be a hard ass. He's like, okay, I respect that. That's fine.
Wait, who is the moderator over at
William Gallahan.
Oh God, really?
That's my reaction. That's my reaction.
And then William's watching this right now. You know that. Oh my God.
And then William messaged me. He was worried. He's like, what do I do? How do I be good at this? And I was like, dude, just make sure nobody's going off the rails and, just make sure you're staying on top of it. That's about it.
But that's the thing. If you tell him to go by his standard, nobody will ever get muted.
How is he going to judge that? I mean,
yeah, he can't judge with his standard. His standard is like not there.
If nobody's as bad as me, if they're as bad as me, then they get kicked. I don't know.
If he's got a question, he asks Brandon. He's like, is this too far? Or he'll ask me, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of too far. Probably don't want to take it that far.
You guys always take it too far.
It's within that line until recently, but it's within that line.
What line? What line?
Well, I
didn't even know what happened. All I know is that I got the notice saying somebody got kicked out of the group, and one person got muted.
Well, now that line is way below the belt. That's the thing. That's not even the line anymore. He went to a different country on that one.
And then that other person he got removed from the garage as well over there. So
same person?
Yeah.
Really? For what?
Yes.
pretty obvious. Who was the moderator?
No, for what? Why did he get the same for the same reason?
Oh no, Brandon asked me what happened, and I gave him the rundown of what happened. He called me, and I gave him the rundown of what happened, and he said, "Okay, Zal, do you think it'd be a good idea if we remove him over here?" I said, "For your best interest, I would say yes." So.
No, I feel like it's my fault.
Oh no, it's not your fault. No, because he would have went over there and started the same kind of shit. You know that. So.
Yeah,
What did he do? That was the first thing that was on my mind. I didn't get to see none of the post or anything.
It's all right. It's water under the
line
bridge,
is so low. The line is so low, it's often being stepped on. Okay, that's how low the line is for us. So, but then he literally crossed it.
Oh man.
Yeah, you start.
I wake up at the wrong time and I miss all the good messages.
You start posting photos of somebody's house and say, "I know where you live."
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh, no. That'd be a big no.
That was when you realized it was just not joking anymore. So
that's when they were getting a little too serious. I was like, guys, you just gotta quit. Just stop. Just stop right
Yeah, guys.
Wait. It says Chapin says ask Martin to pipe it down. Ask him who his ma is. Who's your ma?
Chapin.
Shit. May you rest in peace.
I trust Chapin.
No, you know what? No, Chapin does. He does a good job. I mean, I can say he doesn't.
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he does a good job. However, if you know, like when you try to think about the line that they had to judge on, like here's a standard, right? Chapin probably don't have a line.
Yeah, but Martin's gonna be like, yo, don't do that.
Martin will be too drunk to tell you that.
Brandon has a line. He just likes to cross it every once in a while.
So Chapin is a moderator on the Redemption Island. What the fuck?
Redemption Island.
You gotta go through a couple challenges before you can come back.
See, Chapin, the sense of humor that I have inside that I don't always express. Does that make sense?
So he's your sense of expression.
I don't know.
He's the funny side to Martin.
Martin has a funny side?
Yeah, it's
I missed that. I didn't get any of that.
That's good. All good. Chapin said, I don't cross the line, just flirt with it. Chapin, you don't flirt with it. I know when you flirt with it, you gotta get smacked in the face.
Martin's got a funny side. He's got to get a couple drinks of bourbon, and man, he's there.
Oh yeah,
His funny
I
side's
believe
there.
that. I believe that. But that's not the funny side. That's the bourbon side. That's the bourbon
I'm
talking.
gonna have to reboot this because my connection is way off.
All right, all good. I'm about
I'll
to
be right
leave too,
back.
so I'm just finishing out this nub. You guys are horrible. What can I say? This is why nobody watched the show. I'm pretty sure.
Why? Because we have fun. We're not allowed to have fun.
We have fun. Actually, it's better this way too, because once you start getting 40, 50, 60 people on the show, all trying to compete with saying something, nobody gets a word in edgewise.
I do read them.
Yeah, you read them. I mean, as long as you're typing, but if you got like 25 people here trying to do a video chat, nobody will be able to say anything.
I just had to find a way to mute you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you mute people? Is there any way to mute people? No, there is no way. Guys, I click on cat, that does not mean you mute them. There's that because
mute you. That's what it does. I don't hear you when you do that.
Wait, I can mute myself. I just cannot mute you guys.
Yeah.
No, but once we've gotten the timbre of this down, because the first time it was a little bit of a mess. But once we got the timbre down, it is a lot better.
Timbre? Okay.
The timbre, that's a Arizona word.
Okay.
Come on. You're a teacher. You know what timbre means.
Say what?
Oh yeah, tambourine. I got it.
No, timbre is like the pacing of it. It's the pacing of it.
Right.
I mean, this way is good. I mean, I love to interact. I mean, that's the main point of the show, right? Is to talk to everybody. I actually don't mind doing it this way. It's just that, you know, the setup, you know, how to get the right setup, how to, you know, because obviously some of you guys cannot see the site where they're chatting right now and in the YouTube, right? So I had to figure that out. That's eventually.
Can you run this
if I
through
flick my
OBS?
thing to YouTube on my Xbox, I can see the chat.
I'm
Yeah,
running
I
this
always
on the chat, right? At the same time, feeding this video to OBS.
Oh, okay.
But you cannot see the chat that's happening on OBS. And if I put on this screen, you'll see 2 chats. So
I got you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. You know, not that we know we gotta go this way. I just had to find a way to feed the video from the chat to here. I think. Just how to. I don't know. I still wait. I don't know. In cutting off the side where the border is, you know how the border on this side, it has a chat. I just had to cut the screen so that it has on one side. I don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of overlay.
And I don't know how to do that overlay. That's the question. That's the problem.
Martin, no more sweet tea, Martin. You're gonna get sick. Look at that. Look, he's already hit sweet tea already.
Yeah, we don't want you turning green again, dude.
So here's the deal.
No,
Here's the
Marcelo's
deal, okay,
asking
guys?
for chocolate milk.
Here's the deal. Number 1, I'm going to sign off in like a few seconds. Number 2, I'll try to figure out the chat thing tomorrow, and we will probably do a test chat if you guys have time. We'll see if the chat goes on. Does that sound good? All right, we'll do a test one. See if I can throw a chat somewhere here or somewhere here, so that we can read the chat. Because so long as you have me on the screen, you can see the chat. Because I feel like you know, I'm responding to the chat, but no one else is.
Yeah.
Except when we talk about Chapin, that's a different story. Because it seems like some of you will go through the trouble to answer to Chapin if he makes any comment at all.
Man, Brad, he's real active when he's not on live, when he's not in the chat room.
I know, he's in chat room. I can't tell if he's on. I'm just staring at the screen. I was like, is that a you know, Facebook profile photo, or is that he's really on?
It takes him a second to process and then write something out. I mean, so when he's live, he's like, okay, hold on, guys. I got to think about this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, guys.
Too late.
Hold on.
Hold on, guys.
I love you, Brandon. Don't worry.
What would Aaron Rodgers say right now?
Chapin says, one last thing. Tony made me a mod on YouTube. That's because that day has no other mod. I actually don't mind because when we have trolls on YouTube, it takes another badass to kick him off. So
I want to say something though, that Chapin's his ID is kind of gay sounding. Tool Andy. What the hell's a Tool Andy?
Tool and die.
Tool and die. Tool Andy.
Okay. Yeah. I think you went for Tool Andy personally.
What a tool. Anyways, I think that's it for tonight. 11:38 here. I'll see you guys tomorrow if I figure it out.
Take care, man.